procuring, and advocating. You can go to covenantrescue.org for further details. They need your donations, guys. Hop on and donate.
An arrest has been made in Dallas County after a body was found in a burned-out vehicle. Authorities have arrested Artavis Thompson and have charged her with abuse of a corpse, criminal mischief, and tampering with physical evidence. In court documents, investigators say that Thomas put the body of Christian Moore in the vehicle and then set it on fire in the hopes of destroying evidence. The original cause of death for Moore is yet to be determined. A Selma woman is charged with stealing thousands of dollars from her employer. 58-year-old Linda Andrews worked as a clerk for a construction company for 2 years. $30,000 went missing over the course of the past 3 months. Andrews is now facing first-degree theft charges. Comedian Jerry Seinfeld is coming to Alabama. He will perform in Mobile this coming November 1st. Tickets go on sale for the comedy show this coming Friday. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon. And we have some exciting news to share with you. We've been serving the state of Alabama for many, many years. And now we are able and ready to offer the same great mortgage financing in Georgia and Florida as well.
Our company may be Alabama Home Mortgage, but now we can finance your Georgia home mortgage and your Florida home mortgage too. We couldn't be more excited to extend our customer base to our neighboring states. For years, we have had customers call us in hopes we could assist them with purchasing their vacation cabin in North Georgia or their dream home in Florida. And now we can. For those of you who have family and friends that live in Florida and Georgia, be sure to tell them the good news.
Whether you are looking to purchase or refinance a home located in Alabama, Georgia, or Florida, you owe it to yourself to give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time.
It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
This is how you conduct yourself in a democracy.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into News and Views in the afternoon, or as we call this thing online, Joey Clark Live. I'm Joey. Eddie Bader in the house with me. How you doing today, Eddie?
I'm doing well, Joey. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. And first off, somebody brought donut holes to the studio, and Sky gave them over to you graciously. And you keep doing this move where you're like, I'm going to eat one. Like, I'm going to eat one, and then you put it back. And then, like, 10 seconds later, you grab it, and you're going to eat one, and you put it back. Like, just keep it right next. Why don't you eat them all in this segment?
I'm going to eat them all, and that's the thing. So I had to put some kind of roadblock between me and them, right. So I get a little bit of exercise by reaching over there.
That's fair.
Because they will be gone. I mean, I kind of feel like that was a setup.
They smell good.
Yeah, they're delicious.
So, did you watch anything with the RNC last night?
A bunch of clips. I didn't see, I guess, some of the bigger ones, but it's just, not my thing.
Oh, it is lame. My grandfather, he, by the way, has gotten to an age where I don't know if he means it. Maybe he does. But he'll say things that I think are hysterically funny.
Yeah.
For instance, there's this great moment with J.D. Vance where he's talking about his mom and how his mom is actually here tonight, and she's 10 years sober after a terrible struggle with substance abuse throughout her life.
Okay.
She's a big part of, Hillbilly Elegy.
Yeah.
So why don't we just share that moment? Then I'll tell you what my grandfather had to say as this was happening. Sorry, Pa, that I'm putting out this, but he talks about his mama. I'm going to talk about what I call Pa, my grandfather, on my mom's side. So this is JD talking about his mother. Let's listen in.
And I'm proud to say that tonight my mom is here. 10 years, clean and sober. I love you, Mom.
It's a great moment. And right there, that shot, my grandfather goes, well, she used to be a good-looking woman.
Oof. Pop's putting it out there.
Like, he's trying to say a nice thing. Like, I think he's just...
There is a compliment in there somewhere, right?
Right. But I bring him up because all throughout this, he's like, I want to watch J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
And so we tune in at 9 o'clock, and what, it takes 40-something minutes. He's like, get on with it.
Right.
Get on with it. I'm like, you do know what we're watching, right? This is what these people do. They don't get to do this often.
Well, there was one girl in particular that turned me off. Blonde chick, very nice, younger girl. But I just don't understand why she was there. And she was saying things like, what'd she say at one point? Donald Trump has big energy. Joe Biden has no energy.
Yeah.
And her whole speech, again, it was like she slipped somebody $20 and she got on the stage.
And then I was wondering if you were talking about Donald Trump's granddaughter, Kai.
No, she knocked it out of the park.
I actually thought it was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, this is some blonde chick, probably your age.
Yeah, 30s?
A little swollen, yeah.
A little swollen?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
A little puffy in the face.
All right, then. There's plenty that happened last night. No, my grandfather's in his 80s. You're only 50-something. You can't say stuff like that where you get away with it.
She's retaining some water. Is that okay? I'm just stating the fact.
I just love that line. She used to be a good-looking woman. Like, he's talking about how she beat addiction. And then JD goes on to say, I wonder if it's in this clip here. Yeah, just a big moment, heartfelt moment.
Oh, sure.
No, I don't think it's in this clip. He then says, and if it's all right with President Trump's permission, maybe we'll celebrate that 10 years officially in January in the White House.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
No, and I thought J.D. Vance gave a fantastic speech. I thought it was a great delivery and an unusual message sometimes for politics, at least Republican politics. I'll leave it there.
Okay.
But some of the hits for J.D. Vance were clearly when he was talking about his grandmother. His mama? Or something like that. I've heard Mima, I've heard Ma, I've heard Granny. Granny's more around these parts.
He's Appalachian, so it's probably Granny or Mama.
So here's J.D. Vance telling a story about Mama. It's a good one.
And my community paid the price. Now, I was lucky. Despite the closing factories and the growing addiction in towns like mine, in my life, I had a guardian angel by my side. She was an old woman who could barely walk, but she was tough as nails. I called her Mamaw, the name we hillbillies gave to our grandmothers. Mamaw raised me as my mother struggled with addiction. Mamaw was in so many ways a woman of contradiction. She loved the Lord, ladies and gentlemen. She was a woman of very deep Christian faith. But she also loved the F word. I'm not kidding.
Eddie, I think we know a few people like that.
Yes, we do.
See, this is what I mean. It was very much him just leaning into his biography, and he's got a great story to tell.
She could make a sailor blush. Now, she once told me, when she found out that I was spending too much time with a local kid who was known for dealing drugs, that if I ever hung out with that kid again, she would run him over with her car. That's true. And she said, JD, no one will ever find out about it.
All right.
Mama, chance of the crowd. And I think later in the speech, he improvised this. I suspect this was not on prompter. Because he just kind of goes, well, let's tell another Mamaw story.
Probably not.
And it was this one in the left definitely picked up on this. The corporate media on the left or whatever, I'm repeating myself, they definitely picked up on this one. They're like, what the heck is that even mean?
Now, my Mamaw died shortly before I left for Iraq in 2005. And when we went through things, we found 19 loaded handguns. They were
crowd loves that.
Now, the thing is, they were stashed all over her house, under her bed, in her closet, in the silverware drawer. Now, my mamaw died shortly before.
And it was because she couldn't really move. So she wanted a firearm to defend herself in arm's reach wherever she was in the house.
I can appreciate that.
Oh, I can definitely appreciate that. When you can't really get up and go, and like it's a chore getting out of a chair. Yeah, you got to restructure life a little bit.
That's pretty smart.
Things are a little more convenient. Of course, Vance, I think, made like very overt appeals to the working class. And he said something that I don't have a clip prepared, but I thought was spot on. He said, this is a big tent. There are folks in this room who don't agree on how we need to accomplish the things that we do share in common. But don't you want a party that will actually debate the ideas amongst themselves instead of, well, what the other folks are offering?
Yeah.
That there's only one way to go about things? And I thought it was a message that is going and was perfectly tailored and purposely tailored to Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and the like. And then, of course, his wife, who's just lovely. So, I don't know, just the optics of it kind of make me shocked that, people are trying to call him a racist Care Bear and all this stuff like that. And then it's like, welcome to the stage, J.D. Vance's wife, Usha Vance. And you're like, Usha? What kind of Aryan name is that? And here's her introducing J.D.
And with that, it is my great privilege to introduce my husband and the next Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance.
So I thought it was a good moment for the Vances.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And she was endearing. She kind of called him out for wearing the beard, which was nice. And also, my grandfather said that he's great other than that beard. I'm like, what is y'all's problem with the beard?
Unkept or something with the beard?
I know. I think it makes him look better. Because I've seen the photos without the beard.
Yeah.
And it's also, he is of the new generation where more and more fellas are wearing beards.
Yeah, this is true.
I think it's a good move. Having to shave every day. I think Gillette and other shaving corporations have been taking y'all for a ride for a long
Big
time,
shave.
Pop. Yeah,
Big
shave interest or trying to get you to hew to the line. But no, I like the beard. I think the beard plays. We need more beards in politics.
It's funny. It's just with me. I mean, for one, I'm a hater because I can't grow one. But for two, a lot of people use them to hide that second, third, and fourth chin, or lack thereof.
Of course, there were some weird takes as people are starting to take on J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
For instance, I won't tell folks what I titled this on my clip sheet, but Rachel Maddow had this to say as she was kind of filling people in on J.D. Vance. I love this, Eddie. Like, I've been covering sort of not just politics. The stuff I actually enjoy covering is more like thought patterns, like who are the true thinkers that come up with ideas a decade or two ago.
Yeah.
And then finally, slowly but surely, they're now hitting the mainstream. And so it's fun to watch how everybody likes to think, oh, I'm such an original, independent thinker. No, most people are not. Most people are very passive in their ideas. Mm-hmm. Some folks are more second-handers, is how I'd characterize myself. And then there are some true folks that are just, they come up with the ideas. And they're a very small subset. And it takes time. The ideas that are kind of on, it's like a hipster way of dealing with ideas. Like, oh, you probably haven't heard of them. And it's interesting to watch this person or two that, well, you probably haven't heard of them, slowly become the bogeyman for the corporate media. So it's one thing to bring up like Peter Thiel, who helped finance J.D. Vance's good friends. Name I mentioned to Jeff Dicey the other day. He's like, oh, he said Curtis Yarvin has some good ideas. I'm like, well, yeah, Curtis has been pretty influential on everybody. Not everybody's a monarchist, but his prescription or his description of the problem is, I think, spot on, that we're a corrupt, failing and flailing oligarchy that isn't serving the population very well.
Mm-hmm.
And these folks need to just be given pink slips to go home and write the next great American novel or go to Burning Man or something and stop messing around with the middle-class folks who just want to grill out on the 4th of July and enjoy the lake. Stop messing with them.
I wish they would.
But that's one thing. And be like, oh, these spooky figures behind J.D. Vance, this new right-wing thing, you know.
Okay.
But this is the take from Rachel Maddow. Let's tune in.
Like Mr. Teal, who has named his companies after things in the Lord of the Rings series of J.R.R. Tolkien books. Lord of the Rings is a sort of favorite cosmos for naming things and cultural references for a lot of far-right and alt-right figures, both in Europe and the United States. Peter Thiel names all these things after Tolkien figures and places, like his company Palantir, for example. Like his mentor, like Peter Thiel, who had given him all his jobs in the world, Mr. Vance also, when he founded his own venture capital firm with help from Peter Thiel, named it after a Lord of the Rings thing. He called it Narya, N-A-R-Y-A,
which is actually, before she puts in her stupid mouth, an opinion, that's Gandalf's Ring of Power.
So the guy's a fan, right?
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah, there's a lot of Lord of the Rings bros. But listen to this. It's because the ring is N-A-R-Y-A, Narya.
Okay.
Narya, N-A-R-Y-A, which you can remember because it's Aryan, but you move the end to the front. Apparently that word has something to do with elves and rings from the Lord of the Rings series. I don't know.
Hey, she's not there at the RNC, is she?
No, yeah, they're all there.
You sure she's there?
Well, I mean, we can check again.
Pretty positive she's not. In fact, I bet I would put cash money that's a LED screen behind her.
No, I think she's there.
$10?
Yeah, this is like the big time for these.
$10?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think MSNBC's there, including that panel. CNN's there. Fox News is there.
Okay.
You think it's a green screen?
Yep.
Okay. I'm telling you, these folks kind of get off on like, it's the convention.
Right.
But I love that. It's like, and they name their stuff after weird Lord of the Rings things. It's like, yeah, why don't you read a book? Like a good one. Not the crap that you think is so new and insightful. So tonight, I think is going to be the grand finale, of course. Trump speaking, giving the big speech.
Saw some of your names you were dropping a while ago.
Oh, yeah, one that's rumored to be there tonight. I am a real American. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is going to be there.
Kid Rock's supposed to be there.
Kid Rock is supposed to be there. 50 Cent.
Yes, 50 cents. That's right. Yeah. Who would have ever thought 10 years ago, Joey, I would tell you, hey, you know who's going to be at the RNC in about 10 years? 50 Cent.
And did you see that Snoop Dogg saying, you MFers, you got it wrong. I had nothing but love for Donald Trump. They're like, Snoop, you had a video where it looked like you were shooting him in the head. No, and he just kept dropping the MFer and like all this stuff. No, I got nothing but love for Donald Trump. So Snoop Dogg coming out in support of Donald John Trump. It's going to be, I think, a crazy night. And also rumors that Elon Musk will be speaking.
That's going to be crazy.
Yeah. So
now,
it's not...
You think they got some surprises like that for tonight?
Yes. It's not your grandpa's Republican Party. It just ain't anymore. There's certain ideas that have stood, like we still agree on. There's certain aspects of the platform.
Yeah.
But this is very different than all the folks like, oh, I want you to pick Doug Burgum or Glenn Youngkin. Like some moderate, pasty white guy who pays his dues at the country club. And that's a great golf game. Give me a break, man. We got Trump for the golf game. How about we invite different types of people on that are maybe building the future, that they don't live and die for the party. If you want to grow the party, you can't just have institutional party people front and center.
Agreed.
Number one, because they're as boring as sin. Like, they're good people, but half the time they're some of the biggest dial tones, and that doesn't inspire most of the population these days. What you need are provocative people that have ideas that either move the world or entertain the world. So the glitz and glam is up. Why did you get all tight-lipped there? Eat another donut hole.
You owe me $10.
I owe you $10? Wait, she's not actually there?
MSNBC Rachel Madcow and the left-leaning cable news network and other top anchors have used a giant video screen to show the Republican National Convention as a backdrop while hosting the coverage from their Manhattan headquarters.
Oh, I owe you $10 then. Like, I don't have cash on
See,
me. You want
that's
me to?
why I hate making bets with people like you.
You want some Venmo or something? I'll Venmo you like $10.
Bitcoin.
I'm not giving you $10 in Bitcoin. No. Mm-mm.
But when I get it, it might be worth $12. Isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not giving up the Bitcoin. I'm hoarding it.
You and me both. You and me both.
I just love that. It's the Gandalf's Ring of Power, but if you put the A in front, it's Arya.
So, what am I missing with that? Is she such a nerd that she's too nerdy even for that?
No, there's this Lord of the Rings is some right-wing fascist thing, I've heard.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Even though Tolkien wrote it to take back, say, Western mythology, like take back Nordic mythology, infuse it with Christianity, and take it back from the right-wing fascists in Europe, kind of a big part of why he wrote what he wrote. He wanted to actually show the beauty of the traditions and the myths he grew up with, the beauty of the language, of the stories. I mean, I think it's a remarkable book. And I've gotten to a point, Eddie, where, you and me, Rachel Maddow or Joy Reid or most of the commentators on Fox, we will all, for the most part, be forgotten. Maybe other than by the people that loved us.
Yeah, all day long. Yeah.
And that's just part of it.
Yeah.
But some things do tend to live forever. And whenever I see these folks who will be forgotten, be like, well, this is just weird and crappy. It's like, you don't hold a candle to it. Life is not equal. Some people do things that are better than anybody else, and they should be respected and hailed. Well, no, we got to vote on it and pull everybody down. What about the suffering?
Crabs in the bucket.
Well, with that mentality, you're going to get more suffering.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry, I'm just
you're
little bit of a Lord of the Rings nerd, and it's like, really?
One nerd took offense to another nerd. I get it.
And I'll admit, I'm triggered. I feel attacked. Like, they don't like my existence. Like, all the stuff I love is just wrong, apparently.
I'm sure there's
it's all these childless women.
Somewhere. There's got to be a safe space for you somewhere.
No, I am a childless man as well, so
that you
not
know of.
Much of an insult. Well, no, it's been a choice.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this? Hello?
Hello?
Anybody there?
Sounds dead to me.
Jim.
Hey, who's this?
It's Jim.
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
Yeah, the phone's kind of acting weird. Your phone or something. It rang real funny when I called in.
Sounds like our phone.
Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what was amazing. The one thing I really liked last night was the 99-year-old World War II soldier
that clip.
stormed
awesome.
the beach at Normandy was more coherent and intelligent than Joe Biden.
Yep.
The man's 99 years old, and what a difference.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about age here. We're talking about somebody with a mental problem. I mean, cognitive problem. This guy was, that's just amazing how he was sharp as a tack.
Hey, and Jim, let me play the clip of him for folks who didn't catch it. This was, I think, a fantastic line from this fella.
And President Trump back as Commander-in-Chief, I would go back to re-enlist today.
Man, it really was a reminder. You can't fake that. He stormed the beaches there on that day.
Now you compare him right there, and then a few hours later, you compare that to the shot of Joe Biden trying to get into his jet, and the Secret Service guy standing behind him waiting to catch him because he thought he was going to fall backwards.
No, he
was barely walking up the step. I mean, after all the stuff I've heard this morning, though, all the rumors that go around in this COVID thing, I think Biden's toast. I think
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Jill's going to be so upset she's going to have to give up her photos on Vogue magazine, and Hunter's going to have to give up his whatever it is he has there. He's going to have to go through the White House down, clean out all his cocaine and stuff. And this has been a great week. It's kind of been like a Republican victory celebration / Biden funeral.
Yeah, and I thought there were some better moments last night.
Biden's going.
Often I find these conventions kind of, like I said, boring because it's mostly party people and politicians giving a standard stump speech. But moments like you just pointed out, Jim, that was pretty awesome.
And one more thing, and MSNBC is just a garbage heap anyway.
Yep.
And I know you heard the quote from Joy, "I don't have any hair or eyebrows," Reed, comparing Trump being shot at and Joe Biden getting COVID.
Yeah.
Saying that Trump surviving that gunshot and coming up strong, and Biden fighting COVID, and if he overcomes it in a few days, it'll be the same thing. I mean, they need that M in MSNBC has got to stand for moron.
Well, Joy Reid, like thousands of other commentators in this world, gets a lot of clicks and attention for saying outrageous things, but in the long run, they will not be remembered. Because what they do is cheap.
Yeah.
And easily forgettable after just even a day or two. So, but I appreciate it, Jim. Thanks for calling, man.
Yeah, y'all have a good one.
Whereas that photo of Trump is world historic stuff.
Oh, no doubt.
And
That's
just
why they're trying to bury it.
the story itself. I don't care if you're voting for Trump. This, I think, is just true. You could be a malcontent and anarchist. You don't vote for anybody. I think it's just true that this is the stuff of legend, and it will be a huge part of the history books that this happened, and also that you've documented it. Like all these digital renderings, all this stuff. Of course, folks are now saying, well, they want more details on how he's injured or something. And it's like, are you suggesting that it's not real?
Right.
Okay.
That has started.
Tell that to
I've
the
heard
guy
some of
who's
that too,
dead.
Yeah. Right.
Let's try line one again. You're on there. Who's this?
Red Top. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hey, Red Top.
I'll tell you one thing. There are lots of beautiful, smart women at that convention last night. And J.D. Vance's wife, obviously extremely smart Indian women. And I'll tell you, I have more admiration and respect for Indian people than a lot of people who are coming into this country.
Well, I was seeing some women, of all folks, some hot like models tweeting that I don't know much about J.D. Vance, but his wife is hot, so I trust him. I'm like, okay.
All right, then,
and
yeah.
She was clerk for John Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
She is sharp.
Wicked smart.
And very classy. We will have a very interesting group of first ladies, won't we, between Melania and this lady. It will be a first time for all immigrant first ladies, I do believe, although she is American. But all the women, especially Donald Trump's granddaughter, was pretty damn good, wasn't she, Joey? You reckon she was 18 or 16?
I think she was 18, 19 years old.
Yeah, she was good, and she had a deep voice, kind of like her daddy.
And what's her name? Kai?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Dragon Ball Z character?
Only
King
you
Kai?
would know, Joey.
Yeah, not just me. That's a popular show, big boy.
Oh, I see. I just watched my 5-string bass and my 12-string. But anyway, and I thought J.D. Vance's speech was great, but way too many hesitations. He should have gone through it faster. But he did a great job, and I'll be honest with you, I think he's still freaked out about being chosen. He looked shocked Monday night, and he kept looking over at Donald Trump like he was watching what he was doing and everything. And I still think he's overwhelmed, kind of like a little kid up there, Joey. You reckon? I got that feeling yesterday.
At certain moments, absolutely. I think with his granddaughter, and to quote the song, she's on the edge of 17. Mm-hmm. She's 17.
Yeah, I think J.D. Vance is just trying to pinch himself to realize he's really awake. It's going to be a hell of a ticket, guys. I'm looking
You bet.
forward to tonight. Roll Tide, go Trump. Thank you.
Appreciate it. 272-9228. Let's try line 3. You're on there. Is this?
Hey, Papa B.
Hey, Papa B.
Hey, guys. Well, so, yeah, it's pretty good. You know, I'm going to just be upfront about it. I have not watched all of the convention.
Was.
Maybe that doesn't surprise you.
No, I haven't watched. Actually, I haven't watched most of it. We watched about an hour last night, from 9 to 10, but that was it.
Right. Well, I mean, from what I saw, it was good. I saw J.D. Vance speech, and I got to say, I really like the guy a whole lot more than I did before. Not because I had anything against him, but mainly because I just didn't know too much about him. Of all of the picks that were kind of, you know, the ones that Trump had whittled down to, he was like the least and last one that I really thought that Trump would have picked. I don't know why I thought that. I just did. But at any rate, I like the guy a whole lot more than I did before. And there's a couple of things I really liked. I liked his wife. She's very, I mean, it looked like she really was in command of, like a command performance kind of thing, and she did a great job. But I really liked J.D. Vance's story about his mamaw.
Yeah.
That was just super, I thought, especially the part where when she died, they were going through her things, and she had something like 19 loaded guns.
Oh, yeah.
Well within reach.
And he realized, well, she couldn't move around real fast, so she wanted one handy. I thought, no, that's my kind of girl right there. I tell you the truth about it. You know, it just sounds like, boy, that's just homegrown kind of guy, you know. So, yeah, I like him a lot more than I.
Well, and I really love the indictment that who is he really indicting when he's saying, what's the problem with the country? And it's something I've been saying. It's something a lot of people on the right have been saying. And there's all sorts of different solutions out there. But we've been saying this ruling elite, from Wall Street to the folks sending your sons and daughters off to die in war, have been screwing us over for a generation now. And it's time for them to go away. And I think that message to be said in the way that J.D. Vance said it, I think much more eloquently than I could ever do. It was good. It was great.
I mean, he honed in on it right there. The idea that they've been on one hand selling us out to foreign powers, all of our ability, you know, to have a life in this country, and then sending our kids off to war for like I say, a generation. Yeah, that's exactly what's been going on, and that is a great point to bring light to. He really nailed it, and I really loved it. And I think that when people think about that, it's going to make a difference. So I do think that he's I think he's going to bring, you know, some youth vote over that may not otherwise vote for, you know, Republicans. In fact, what I heard is that the Democrats have told their operatives to stop going on campus, enlisting, you know, or signing up kids to vote because they were voting on Republicans. They would stop. They're not going to vote for us type thing. So I don't know. Maybe that's true. So anyway, good little thing last night. And Trump tonight, I guess. Right.
Oh yeah, as well as Hulk Hogan, brother, and Dana White, and Elon Musk, and 50 Cent, and all sorts
crazy.
of folks.
Well, yeah, let's bring on the real Americans now, right? Oh, by the way, Lord of the Rings. Oh, man, leave Lord of the Rings alone. I tell you.
You're right.
I'm a token freak too, dude.
Yeah.
Gonna get in there and try to make some kind of something about the Lord of the Rings, please.
Yeah, it's just they named his. He named his business Palantir,
and he named his whatever.
What?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway. All right, guys. Listen, thanks for letting me go in. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Bobby. This part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. And there at the Goodson Group, Bo and his team are ready to help you whether you're looking to buy or sell here in the Montgomery or surrounding areas. Bo's been working in the River Region real estate market for over 4 decades now, getting close to 5. And he, with that experience, can really help you out. And it's not just buying and selling. If you have a rental you want to invest in, or maybe you want to convert a current home to a rental property, it's a great idea in this market, but why not, if you have no experience in managing a rental, have the Goodson Group do it for you for a reasonable fee. And then the crown jewel there at the Goodson Group is the Bo Goodson Real Estate School, one of the most highly acclaimed real estate programs here in the state because of all the success people have found who have gone through it, whether it's more knowledgeable private players, or if you're looking to study up for a real estate license and you want to be a fully licensed realtor, this is a great way to get ready for that test and hit the ground running to find success. So check them out today. You can always go to thegoodsongroup.com or give Bo and the team a call at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group, great sponsor here of News and Views in the afternoon.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.
Folks, thank you for making CTE Outdoor Power a preferred dealer and Hustler one of the most popular riding mowers. Recently, I met a couple from Evergreen who discovered us because friends recommended both CTE and Hustler. They heard our team of friendly, helpful professionals would guide them to the Hustler model that's the best fit for them, and that because we support all the products we sell, we take the hassle out of future needed parts and service. They like Hustler because of the highest quality and warranty, and that we partner with Hustler to offer 0% interest financing. Now, if you haven't discovered Hustler and CTE yet, now is the perfect time, because this month when you mention this ad, we'll pay the sales tax when you purchase any new riding mower. Folks, can you get all that anywhere else? CTE Outdoor Power, I-85 at Perry Hill Road and CTEOutdoorPower.com.
This is your roving reporter, and today I am talking with an elk. Hey man. Mr. Elk, I was just wondering, what do elk do to take care of their money?
Well, like most smart folks, we call David Erdit.
You mean Alabama's most favorite asset preservationist?
That's him, man. We call him up at 334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839.
I see.
Yes, he is our preferred money man.
The money man with the money plan.
You've been paying attention.
Well, could you give us those numbers one more time?
334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839. And I just want to try to give you a heads up, man.
Oh, what's that?
I'm not an elk.
Not an elk, huh? Well then, pray tell, what are you?
Knights of Columbus.
I am not even going to make a comment.
Well, the baby liked it.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Sometimes your phone breaks.
Ugh.
Dude. What the? Seriously? Hey, life happens. But at Verizon, we got you. Trade in any phone from our top brands in any condition and get a great deal on iPhone 15 with an unlimited Ultimate plan. And turn...
No!
into... Oh, yeah! Only on Verizon.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From a little fender bender to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For over 35 years, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Hi, everybody. Radar is going to be quite active, especially in the afternoon and evening hours for the next several days. Random showers and storms will be in greater supply. Some put on quite a show with lots of lightning, some gusty winds, and very heavy rainfall. And that'll be each day through the weekend. High today around 93, low tonight in the low 70s, and really lower 90s look good right on through the weekend and even Monday. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Do you have big plans this summer? Dive into summer with an ASE Credit Union vacation loan. Whether you've got a trip coming up, projects at home, or just need a little extra cash, we've got you covered. So don't put your plans on hold. Visit yourasecu.com or stop by and see us today.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. News and views in the afternoon. 272-9228. If you want to get in on the conversation, reacting to either last night's RNC or getting ready for tonight's big speech from Donald J. Trump himself. Or maybe there's something else on your mind. Again, 272-9228. There's now a classmate of the shooter in the assassination attempt of Trump who's speaking out. He's saying he was a quiet kid. He did not like Trump. Actually threatened to shoot up our school freshman year.
Interesting.
Oh, and he just did not like politicians. Yeah, I think everybody's throwing around all the, you heat up the rhetoric, you heat up the temperature.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate that there are some people that are so lost to this world that they're not even on the map you're thinking of.
Of course. A lot of people like that.
And when you look at images of this kid, it kind of fits the profile of these mass shooting, these sort of types.
Mm-hmm.
Despairing, lost touch with family, with friends, never was, it seemed like, accepted at school. And again, this is just one guy's opinion. Fox News putting it out. And we'll see what more details are out there. That's pretty awful, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm reading more and more. Yeah.
Yeah, some people, what's the line in Batman? Some people just want to watch the world burn. Yeah. The Joker character.
But it's people like that that are most vulnerable. And again, I have a hard time accepting anything that the government tells me at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. And we're still not getting any clear answers from Secret Service and whatnot.
No, but you probably saw them speaking with her, I guess it was last
Senators
night?
Barrasso and Marsha Blackburn.
To the point of kind of having to walk and talk at the same time because she's on the run.
I think I saw James Langford there too, and they were giving her an earful.
Yeah.
Like, you could, without even hearing what they're saying, you could tell they're pissed off.
Yeah.
Well, and because they weren't the only ones. Mike Lee came out and said stuff. Ted Cruz came out and said stuff. Apparently there was this big phone briefing with all the senators. And they filibustered for 45 minutes, and you had to get in line. Even senators have to hit this number to get in the queue to ask a question.
Well,
and they just called off the meeting an hour in. After 45 minutes, they just presented stuff, and then after folks wanted to ask questions, they just cut off the briefing.
Yep. That instills confidence right there.
Well, and it looks like Mayorkas is not. He's going to try to say, no, she can't testify in front of the House.
He is going to stand in the way, huh?
Yeah, looks like it. Looks like they're just going to stand absolutely in the way. While everybody else in more Democrat land is just not even believing their own eyes.
Right.
What a time we live in. Honestly, I don't know what to say to that. Like, I know what I saw. And I guess people can choose to believe whatever they want to believe.
Telling you don't believe what you see, Joey. Don't believe what you hear. Don't believe what you see. Believe what we tell you.
Well, the problem is the division is real. The political bigotry is real.
Mm-hmm.
The political hatred is real. And unfortunately, people are so hopped up on this stuff that they sometimes do the worst. That's pretty harrowing if what this classmate of the assassin is saying is true. Very harrowing indeed.
Well, you've seen more of the timelines now, and the timelines get longer and longer. The fact that they knew someone was there, didn't pull Trump from the stage. They're just letting out just bits and pieces of information. The gun was already there, supposedly. He had placed it there ahead of time. Surprised nobody. Usually they'll go sweep an area.
Right.
Yeah, just too many questions. And the fact they don't want to answer them. I mean, they just flat out, like you said, now Mayorkas is just going to get in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That again just tells me more than I need to know.
Yeah. It's I'm at a loss for words on this, folks, because I'm not going to pretend to have inside information. I'm not going to pretend like I know exactly where all this is going. But this is my sense.
Mm-hmm.
So all the stuff that was true for the last few years will remain true.
Yeah.
All the different dynamics. And by the way, the plot to get Joe Biden out of office is now back. We'll get to that in a second.
Back, baby.
Yeah, he really is like, I'm staying in. Like, doesn't sound like it, Joe.
Don't sound like it.
Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's us?
Joey, I'm part of the plot.
Mm.
I plan to vote not for that guy in November. Not that my vote's going to matter, but I'm just, I'm saying that one vote compiled with millions of others, unless somehow thrown away, lost, and government, unclear. I know we're not expecting clarity from government. Can I offer an example of some unclarity?
Mm-hmm.
Things that are not clear. Okay, and I'm not being critical here. I want those that are listening and I'm assuming that people are listening, Joey. I'm just giving an example. I'm not being critical. I'm just offering an observation. Are you familiar with Prattville, Joey?
Not really, not that much. I've never lived there. Been up there a
Okay.
few times.
Got a great Bass Pro Shops.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Oh yeah, $40 million worth of Bass Pro Shop, and some other debt that went along with that.
Mm-hmm.
High Point Shopping Center for one, which still remains largely empty for those people that thought everybody was going to move from everywhere to shop in Prattville, Alabama. But that's a different topic. Cobbs Ford Road. It has on one side of Cobbs Ford Road, Joey, this freshly plowed in sidewalk. It's beautiful. They've extended the apron, and there's some nice green, lovely plush grass on like if you're leaving downtown, going toward, let's call it big box store. All right, no guardrail, brand new sidewalk, plush green grass. Now, this is on the right-hand side of the road, heading towards Millbrook from downtown Prattville. Now, on the left-hand side, there's a guardrail and a fresh patch of spray-dead ravine on the left-hand side. Same road, Joey, right-hand side, brand new sidewalk, plush green grass, beautiful. Left-hand side, guardrail, sprayed dead. Now, same government, Joey, same county, same city. That's government. What is that? Can anybody explain to me what kind of sense that makes environmentally, aesthetically? And I'm sure, Joey, you probably didn't realize that I even could say aesthetically. But what is that? Why do we do things like that? Where on one side it's plush, beautiful, green grass, and on the other side it looks like they don't care what it looks like, and they don't care what poisons they spray. They don't care where it goes or what damage it does. Am I the only human being that recognizes the irony in that? Or is it just because I'm 61 and just got up from a nap?
I was waiting for the moral of the story.
I mean, there's government, Joey. That's what I'm saying. You're looking for clarity in government. You're not going to find it. Because the same people that ushered in the concrete and the green grass are the same ones that gave us the guardrail and the spray dead brown on the other side. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, and at the end of the day, government is just people with fancy titles and privileges and powers. And
right.
At the local level, sometimes they make a bad decision, sometimes they make a good decision.
Well, either way, which side of this is the good decision and which side of it is the bad decision? I mean, are you following where I'm going with that? I mean, we don't have weeks to thrash this out so I can, paint the whole picture. But you understand what I'm getting at?
No.
Which is right and which is wrong? The green and the concrete or the spray dead and the guardrail? Which are we in favor of? And who do we vote for to get both sides on the same page? Or are we just happy having the new concrete, which, I mean, I know thousands of people that were using this concrete there in Prattville, walking toward the big box store from downtown.
Did you take like a THC gummy before this nap?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Just seems a little...
contrived? Thought out? Or
no, I'm
maybe
just trying to get to the point, but I appreciate it, James.
Oh, well, I'm doing the best I can, man. I'm trying to figure out who's right in this. The green grass or the spread dead madness.
Only time will tell.
What should I do, Joey? No. I don't even have a bottle. You know what I have for cleaner in this house? Vinegar and baking soda. That's it. No toxins, just vinegar and baking soda.
Okay.
You must have a lot of free time, Joey. Did you miss me?
Get off the phone, weirdo. Call gave me the creeps for some reason. Like, just say it. There's a little too much subtext there. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, this is Oz.
Hey, Oz.
Hey, Oz.
And, hey, I think that whole call was a great example of government. Confusing, all over the place, does not have a point. So, here's my take on the assassination attempt. The problem is, and y'all have probably already gone over this, but the way I see it is there were multiple requests for additional security.
Right.
And they were turned down, correct?
That's what we understand, yeah.
Yep.
So that to me is the issue. I don't care where a sniper was sitting. I don't care if she's an idiot and they put snipers on a sloped roof, but then they say we're not going to put snipers on a sloped roof.
Right.
The problem is they should have tried to protect a candidate, and they did not. So that tells the tale right there. Somebody at the upper, I'm not going to say, somebody up top decided against additional security for a reason. Now, do we know the reason? Probably, but you better not say it because somebody will show up at your house knocking and saying, "Hey, what are you saying?" That's what is sketchy, and I think a lot of people are finally coming to the realization that the Democratic Party really does not care. They just want the power. That's it. They want the power and the money. So, think about that when you're watching the RNC tonight, because there are some twisted Republicans too.
Oh yes, sir.
Of course.
Yeah, they're politicians. But I see a lot of sketchiness coming in here with what all is going on, and I hope that when President Trump is elected, that he can make a difference and he can clean out the swamp like he wanted to do.
And I think a lot of folks are, to that point, I think there are a lot of folks looking at Trump who initially looked at Trump and go, it kind of seems like poison to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of folks are now realizing, actually, that poison is chemo, and it's needed. That harsh treatment is needed. Let's bring it on and fight this thing.
That's right. That's right. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. God
You too,
bless.
Oz.
Take care.
See you, bud.
Yeah, sometimes the treatment is it's harsh.
Yeah.
But again, needed. And more folks are starting to realize that need. 272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services. And there at Pest Pro, Ashley and her team are ready to help you with all those pest control needs. Could be you want a particular job done, like, say, termite inspection or termite treatment. Maybe mosquito treatment, which is a great service they offer.
Especially this time of year, buddy.
Yeah, if you want to enjoy the pool outside or the front porch on rocking chairs, enjoy a conversation after the meal without getting eaten up yourself.
Right.
Well, they can help you with that, and it's very effective. And then, of course, if you are looking for somebody to just take care of all your pest control problems, just basic preventive measures, they could do that there for you at Pest Pro. Be your everyday pest control company. So call them today at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. Or you can always go to ppsriverregion.com or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. When you want to know, call a pro. Pest Pro Services. And be sure to tell them, well, you heard about them here on News and Views in the afternoon.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside. But that's RN News. I'm John Scott. It's day 4 of the Republican National Convention, and former President Donald Trump will accept his party's nomination tonight. Much of the U.S. and Canada cleaning up or still dealing with a new wave of severe storms that have caused deaths and damage this week from the plains to New England. Water rescues and evacuations took place in the Ozark Mountains of Arkansas and Missouri on Wednesday after as much as 11 inches of rain fell overnight. The East Coast, from Maine to the Carolinas, now being warned of dangerous heat. Amazon said it had its best Prime Day sales event ever this week. Adobe Analytics, which tracks the online sales, said back-to-school shopping, that was a big factor. The Dow is down 268 points now. This is SRN News.
Government debt is now exploding by an unprecedented $1 trillion every 90 days. Think of that. It's a clear sign that our nation's finances are spinning out of control, and it's putting the savings of every one of you at risk. Hello, I'm Lance Wallnow, a news analyst and best-selling author and an evangelical leader. I'm deeply concerned about the impact this runaway debt is going to have on Christians like you who have worked hard to build your own nest egg for your family. To protect your financial future in these uncertain times, you need to diversify with something tangible and proven, like physical gold. That's why I recommend a gold IRA. To learn more, text FAITH to the number 989898, and my friends at Birch Gold Group will rush you a free info kit on how to move your IRA or 401k to physical precious metals, tax and penalty-free. So don't wait. Just text the word FAITH to 989898 to get your free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold Group is the only company I trust. There's no obligation. So text FAITH to 989898, and I pray this information helps you achieve prosperity and peace of mind.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Truckers, if you are looking for green grass, contact Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. In business since 1959 and still growing. Call today, 855-777-9785.
Hi, everybody. Radar is going to be quite active, especially in the afternoon and evening hours for the next several days. Random showers and storms will be in greater supply. Some put on quite a show with lots of lightning, some gusty winds, and very heavy rainfall. And that'll be each day through the weekend. High today around 93, low tonight in the low 70s, and really lower 90s look good right on through the weekend and even Monday. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
For the lowest prices around on flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies, Budget Floors and More is your new best friend. Luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, floor installation supplies, and more with prices lower than the big box stores. Budget Floors and More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey Publix.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Evidence from a deadly weekend stabbing in Montgomery will be presented to a grand jury. 21-year-old Tiana Dye was found stabbed Sunday morning in the 400 block of Clanton Avenue and later died at a local hospital. The case is currently classified as a death investigation, not a homicide. The man charged with murdering 3 people at a Hispanic grocery store in Montgomery appeared in court for a preliminary hearing on Wednesday. Strong evidence was presented against 18-year-old Jarquez Butler, who is charged with 3 counts of capital murder. It is possible more people will be charged in the case. The new Alabama Public Library Service rule changes concerning sexually explicit and obscene children's books went into effect this week. The new policies dictate in order to receive state funding, libraries must avoid directly placing sexually explicit books in the children's section. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Hello everyone, Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
Epicure and Jack's Tavern in the heart of the old Fantail building promises a dining experience where quality meets comfort with daily specials, a full wine selection, and the freshest ingredients. They're here to serve you the best of local cuisine. Join them and let's make every meal memorable.
Unwind at Epicure and Jack's Tavern for their happy hour every Tuesday through Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. Enjoy special prices on drinks in a cozy setting, whether it's catching up with friends or relaxing after work. Make your happy hours happier with Epicure and Jack's Tavern. Break the chains and eat local.
Tucker Pecan is in a brand new location at 1935 Mulberry Street, but they've still got the same great products they had when they were downtown. Here's David Little to tell you more.
Hey, David Little at Tucker Pecan here. I tell you what, since we have moved, we've had great response. We have lots and lots of people coming by our new store on 1935 Mulberry Street, and it's a lot of fun. You know why? Because we're getting to add new items. We're adding new candies, new jellies, new jams. We even have a honey called Hot Pecan Butter. It's so good. We have a hot honey. We have a peach jam. We have a hemp jelly that is mangoes, pineapples, and jelly. It is so good. We've got all those things. Plus, we've got all the great candies we've had before. And, you know, we're in a very convenient location. You don't have to go to downtown. You come to Tucker Pecan at 1935 Mulberry Street. Come shop with us, and we'll take care of all your gift needs, candies, or if you're just hungry, come by, and we'll fix you up.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. So there's apparently a wreck.
Yeah.
Coliseum Boulevard and Atlanta Highway?
Yep.
Oh, I know those parts.
It's happening right now. You're going that way.
Daggum.
Get ready for the slowdown.
And I think I figured it out. Give me all the chemicals. I'm a chemicals guy.
Chemicals?
Yeah. I know you're more of a grass guy.
Yeah, why you like the chemicals? Chemicals ain't good for you, man. Not part of this earth.
Life will kill you, Eddie. So why not just use whatever we can to...
It's ironic you telling me that life will kill me because you are right. Life will kill you, Joey.
But I'm right. You're a grass man.
Yeah, I'm all natural kind of guy. Always have been.
Let's go to Randall. Hey, Randall, how you doing?
Hey, fella.
What's up, buddy?
What I was calling about, man. We were talking about in Prattville. Back when I was 15 or 16, I was involved with that subdivision, and actually, I had my work permit. I've had it since I was 13. And that slope over there on where you turn in and be right down the right going into that subdivision, that thing is tree tall height. I mean, like, it's a long ways down. And what they did was, you can't get rid of the vegetation on the slope on the side across the guardrail, but you got to try to make it look as good as you can at matching the other side. So yeah, I think they probably did go a little heavy trying to make sure they killed everything on top, and they can spray that green hydro seed, and it's for looks a lot of times. It's for the aesthetics of it. It ain't meant to go through what they sprayed on it. But you can't let nothing die on the other side of that, where that brown spot is, because if it loses root, that's goodbye for that.
Yeah, that's all erosion. That's why I figured it's just erosion control.
Yeah, and they probably gonna come back and spray probably once a month, I would think, if that's what they got in their mind. But yeah, that's a different ball out there. So you gotta know what you're doing and put that in, and it's getting to the time of year that you can't tell about the rain. So it's one of them things you just gonna have to hope that that it never springs a leak when they killing that stuff on top. It don't go down the hill during the rain and kill something on the side. They got to be skilled with it. And I don't think they took the guardrail up. And I think you can see it now, and it's a little more, it made it look kind of better to me than all the weeds growing up in it. I'm just saying that they got a pickup right there. And I was in the same ball game with him when he was talking about nobody using it. I thought, man, a lot more people use that than you would think. I mean,
I see people walking on it all the time.
Yeah, I've seen 10 myself, and since it's been up, and I don't even live out here.
Yeah.
So, man, that's all I wanted. I just want to do that. Man, you've been talking so much on that other stuff. I'm just gonna let it ride because I'm still mixed up on that too. But the president was, because you wouldn't think that he'd have a.
I think we all. No, I think we all are, Randall. We're all confused. We want to think the best, but we've just got too many coincidences in our lifetime, especially this, to say that just to write out that it was a complete accident.
Yes, sir.
I just don't. I have a hard time taking that. Yeah. Yep.
But I just, man, Prattville is beautifying up. I'm enjoying all the fixing they bring in, and you know what I mean. They trying to get this ready for the male PGA. I'm sure they won't be the elite, but you know what I mean. They trying to get a little knock around out here. And that woman, when the women come, they take over. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they hotel left.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, so we got to get a couple more hotels and. You're working on eating places. I mean, you know what I mean? They working. You can't tell it, but they are. So, but thank y'all, man. And yeah, that's gonna be a lifelong hack right there in that bottom.
That's right.
Well, I appreciate the call, Randall.
See you, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
272-9228. Let's see. This is on 3. You're on there. Who's this?
Flower Child.
Hey, Flower Child.
Hey, did y'all catch Tom Holman, what he said last night? That man's got a target on his back.
Oh, yeah. I caught that. In fact, I think I've got the clip right here. So everybody's kind of on the same page. Listen in. I think this is the money quote from last night.
I got a message. As a guy who spent 34 years deporting illegal aliens, I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law, you better start packing now. You're damn right. Because you're going home. I got another message. Another message to the criminal cartels in Mexico. You smuggled enough fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization, and he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done. You're done.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, he
laid it out there.
There's no room for interpretation,
No.
is there?
No, that one came in loud and clear.
Uh-huh. And I understand you can send back the criminals and everything, but how do you choose who goes back next? You know, there's like 30 million people here illegally.
There's going to be some tough decisions that have to be made.
Well, and you start with the most violent and people that you know.
And honestly, the American people, that would probably, just seeing that and actually seeing some results of that would go a long way. It really would go a long way.
Mm-hmm. I just, they keep saying that Europe is ruined.
Oh, it's awful.
And because of all the, the illegal, the immigration and just taking over national customs, and you're just not sovereign anymore. You know, you're just
right.
You've been overwhelmed, and that video the other day or TikTok, whatever it was, y'all played of Finland.
Yeah.
And you have to teach a human being not to touch women in certain places.
Yep.
They're not. I don't want to classify everybody, but that's telling me that you're saying that these people are not civilized, that they don't know what's proper about to talk, et cetera, et cetera. And you've got to get a handle on that, because Lord knows when 30 million, with reproduction can go to 60 million real quick.
That was part of the plan.
Well, if you also just very forcefully remove the worst elements and then you start drying up opportunities, people will leave of their own volition.
Yeah. They were leaving
but
a while back.
It's going to have to start with us not hiring illegals.
Well, yeah, and no, also businesses are going to keep hiring if folks are around.
Right.
So, it's just got to be a very straightforward change in policy. This has been danced around for decades now. The laws are there. Just enforce them.
Enforce the laws we got. Yep.
I know, but I see where they're caught, because they want to stay in business, but who wants that job anymore now? Because they've been pushed aside for so long. Because you don't, if you see a house being built now or a roof going on, just about, it's
Or how about C-Spire is laying fiber optic all through Bellhurst and County Downs this last month.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody who's named like Todd Smith. I'll put it that way.
Nope. None of them
Yeah.
are.
I'm saying we've done it to ourselves, but you just can't turn that spigot off overnight. I mean, I just don't know how Trump could do it in 4 years even.
I don't know if he can do it in 4 years.
Started on day one. I mean,
Yeah.
Tom Holman sounds like he knows how to do it, but I don't know how you're going to do it. And I just think I'm tired of it affecting our schools, our hospitals, and not paying taxes. I don't know how the rest of America feels. Maybe when I hang up, they'll call in and say, that I'm being inhumane and et cetera, and not being a Christian. But, you have to take care of your home first and protect it.
Agreed.
Well, and at first you have to secure the border, and you start with the worst elements, which there are plenty of people there. I think that is what has to be done first before you even continue to talk about.
Well, I think once you start tightening that grip too, you'll have some self-deportation. There's no doubt about that.
Of course, what Holman said there about the cartels, this has also been whispered about for several administrations, and I would just be wary. Maybe if it's an operation like they took out ISIS, all right. If it's another forever war now right on our southern border, hell no. So we'll see. A lot of smart people thinking about it.
Yeah.
God bless Trump and God bless USA. Bye.
Amen.
Love y'all.
Love you too, Flower Child.
272-9228. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, this is T-Spear, and I have an idea on how to get rid of all of the illegal invaders very quickly and very simply.
What you got?
Very simply. You remember all those white buses that they were putting them on and taking them up to Washington and New York and places beyond Texas?
Uh-huh.
Take a stack of box lunches. If you want to go home, you have a free ride home. Get on the bus. First thing you do is all those blue Visa cards that were handed out loaded with thousands of American dollars, those blue Visa cards no longer work. And you can do that with the push of a button, click on a computer. If you don't think that that can happen with the click of a computer, think of your blue Visa card that can be turned off in a nanosecond if Visa feels like you've done something, if Visa feels or you ask them to turn that card off. It's really very simple. They have all the numbers because they preload them every time or reload them every month.
Yep.
Turn that card off, hand them a box lunch, get on the bus. As the bus gets ready to regas on their way back to Texas to the border, they get another box lunch. They get an opportunity to go to the restroom, get back on the bus, and keep going. That is how you get people to voluntarily leave this country. They no longer have money. They cannot work because businesses, just like the state of Alabama, signed legislation, almost 15 years ago, that we would no longer be allowed to hire an illegal alien. Coyote signed it. It was one of the first things she did. She actually did something right. She signed that legislation. The problem is a lot of employers have subsequently ignored it because they pay these people under the table because they can get by with it. You cut that mess out, you end them, make sure that they get on the bus and they take their children with them. There will be thousands of children left in this country with no parents to begin with. They came here for a specific person to fill a specific function, to be a slave to somebody. That is pathetic. And that is what the Democratic Party has endorsed and supported. Anybody want to look at it any differently? Tell me how I'm different. Prove to me that I'm wrong. But you can't.
All right, well, appreciate the call, T-Spear.
Thank you, T-Spear.
Yeah, and I think also there's going to be a big push-pull within, if, say, Trump wins re-election, within the Republican Party of how generous should legal immigration be. With things like migrant workers, things like high-skilled labor. I think there are folks that want to even limit illegal immigration, obviously, like stop it, but also limit legal immigration. I suspect what's going to happen is you're going to get a sort of compromise where it is more of a merit-based system and common sense stuff. And so the Silicon Valley people backing Trump right now, they really want, if say somebody's from China or somebody's from India and they have a student visa and they get a top-notch degree here at a top-notch university in this country, they want to be able to hire them.
Yes. Why should we send them back?
I see that point.
Educate them. Why should we send them back?
You'll have entire industries lobbying saying, these guys are coming in legally. We already have a program and stuff. So I think that before you even get to those conversations, you have to secure the border and slow the flow. Like, that's the beginning. And also, if they're going to go after the drug cartels, that's a huge undertaking. I'm a little skeptical of that. It's not necessarily impossible. But if you could clean up Mexico in that regard, that would be a massive win, I think, for everybody in the region.
It would be tough. I would love to see us do it, complete it. But it's the cartel. It's going to be tough. You can take my lead, you can take my gold. And that's going to, Americans are not used to having to deal with those kind of questions, but that's what's going to happen.
Let's go to line 3. You're on there. Who's this?
It don't matter. Hey, y'all make it too complicated. All you got to do is make an announcement that in 15 days, you got 14 days to get out of the country. 15th day, we spay and neuter. If we catch you, we neuter or spay, just like we do animals.
Oh, good God.
I guarantee you they'll run out of the border so fast. If they're going to be castrated or fixed, the women, whatever, they'll get out of here.
Okay, that is like, is somebody on the left listening to this call? Are you paid for by the Democratic Party?
No, I'm trying to make everybody happy.
Yeah, okay.
Trying to work both sides.
Planned Parenthood will be happy. They love killing babies. Okay, well now they can't have babies. Everybody's happy. The pet people that won't spay and neuter, we're spaying and neutering. It don't matter if you actually do it. Just say you're going to do it, and they're out of here.
Well, I have in the past called for castrating anybody who announces they're running for president if they're a man. So it's not that far-fetched, I guess. We should also eat babies if we're poor, said Jonathan Swift. I appreciate it.
I think they taste good. I've heard,
Yes. Now we're going to get in so much trouble. People don't understand the reference.
Well, that's a Bennington reference. Anyway, all right, guys. But that'll work, though, and it won't cost much money. Just the threat of it'll do it.
Thank you, sir.
See you, man. He's got a point about the threat.
Yeah.
But
there are ways to send clear signals without sterilizing people. Good God. But, lifelong comedian there. Let's go to line 5. You're on there. Who's this?
It's hard to follow that guy.
What's up,
dog?
Hey, that lady said she didn't know what was going to happen to all those jobs that, Americans don't want to do. If those people all leave. I got some news. People will do those jobs. The only problem is you're going to have to pay them to do them. And you're not going to be able to, subcontract them and figure out how to pay them less and keep them off the books. And
that's kind of the entire point.
Yeah, but don't fall for, one side wants illegal immigration while the other side wants open borders.
No, that's BS. They both want it.
Both want it.
Oh, yeah, the chamber loves that stuff.
Yeah, so let's be honest, yeah.
Dude, if it was a serious problem, and I can't think of one that they've actually taken serious.
Right. I mean, they won't even take fentanyl serious.
Well, the war on drugs, the war on poverty, those are two wars that we have lost a long time ago that we could have won pretty easily.
Yep.
But, we can't get our faces out of our pocketbook, which I don't understand how people just are so willing to work so hard to give what they've earned away to somebody else so the government can give it back to you so you could do what you could have done cheaper, better, and faster if they had just stayed out of my way. I don't need somebody else coming over to my house to tell me how to do something and me pay them to do it for me to pay myself to do it. It's idiotic. This is where our education system fails us. We're getting these people from overseas that are engineers and computer scientists. Why aren't we producing these people? What about America has led to we have to import talent like that?
Look where these people come from, man. They got it tough. We got it way too soft. Way too soft.
Yeah.
Until we want it more than somebody else, this is the way it's going to be.
We are living out that saying of, I rode a camel to work or I walked to work and my dad rode a camel or my son rode a camel to work and then his son's going to drive a Lamborghini and then it's that cycle. And, I don't know. It's hard to believe anything that they tell us because they have lied so much and it's been quantitatively proven that they've lied.
Yep.
So when they tell me stuff, it's like, really? I'm supposed to listen to you now because
easier
you
not
don't have
to
an
believe
interest
them.
in this?
Because they'll openly tell you, I know we lied to you in the past, but this time we're not lying.
No, and it's on everything. Here, for example,
everything.
I found Mike Lee put out this thread, and this is reacting to Britt Hume of Fox News, who should retire because Britt's like, well, that was the Republican senator shouldn't have harassed Kim Cheadle, the Secret Service director. It's like there's elected senators.
Yeah.
I think a tough talking to is warranted, even in an unofficial setting. Give me a frickin' break.
Thank you.
Britt Hume. And
so you're not
So Mike Lee's reacting to that. Here's what he writes. He says, Kim Cheadle spoke to senators a few hours earlier and could have answered our legitimate and pressing questions then. She utterly refused to do so, ending the conversation abruptly after sort of answering only 4 questions. Among other things, we need to know why they let Trump step onto that stage, knowing that there was an unresolved threat to his security. They knew before he stepped on the stage. We also need to know why an elevated perch less than 150 yards away was not secured, and why there were apparently agents inside that building but not on the roof, or why action wasn't taken immediately when the shooter was seen on the roof with a gun, or what it means when someone shows up to an event like this with a rangefinder.
Well, maybe they hid the guy inside the building with those people, so until it was time for him to reappear.
No, it's just no telling.
I mean, there's no telling, and that's, dude, this is dumb. The fact that we're having this conversation is dumb.
Even,
this is just nonsensical.
You can go online and they'll show it on TV every 20 minutes. You'll see the timeline, and anybody can go, well, wait a minute. It was 10, 15 minutes when you knew there was an issue, yet you guys still let this happen?
Right. Well, and this is what's crazy. Is we are just jackasses on talk radio, especially us three.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
I'm definitely roping you into that, Eric. We know you too well.
Yeah.
That's the stuff you say off air. My goodness gracious.
That'd be a good show.
Jackass is a great, even though we're more on the right, I think the bra fits or something like that. So if it's one thing, like, we don't expect many answers from folks, right?
Right.
If you're a United States Senator, you're like one of 100. You're supposed to have a 6-year term. You have a lot of power, let's say, and independence. Even they are treated like, go away, you're not important. You don't deserve an answer. They're the actual elected officials representing entire states, but these unelected career folks go, we don't have to answer anything.
They know they don't have to.
Let's put them on a conference call, press this number to get in the queue. Yeah. What the hell is going on here?
Dude. And what's our recourse? The ballot box? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing.
Well.
And I mean, even when Trump gets in there again, this is going to be an ongoing thing. They're going to do the same crap they did last time.
Though part of the reason they are fearful, let's say the elite, a managerial leader, fearful of somebody like J.D. Vance being put on the ticket, is J.D. Vance and all the thought leaders that he is very much all about. They've been pointing out, this is exactly what we need to do to take down this unaccountable bureaucracy, this administrative state.
And it's working.
And whether it's J.D. Vance, you hear Vivek saying a lot of the similar stuff, and you have a lot, Kevin Roberts, who now does run Heritage. There are a lot of folks who are now saying, no, the enemy isn't all the Democrats, politicians are saying stupid things. It's like, no, you unaccountable bureaucrats you do not deserve your job. Number one, because you're not doing it well. Number two, because it's not constitutional what you're doing. So I think that's what they're fearful of. Do I believe that most of the Republican Party wants to go there yet? No. But I think there are more and more. I think Mike Lee wants to go there. I think Rand Paul wants to go there. I think J.D. Vance wants to go there. Heck, I suspect Tommy Tuberville would go there with it. I think there are more and more senators and House members doing that. But when you look at the old guard, and some new faces that are more cut in the mold of the old guard,
kind of planted,
they might not go full bore. Who knows, though? People, especially the practical politicians, might surprise you when they figure out, the cat's jumping that way.
Yeah.
They'll
you're right.
Be like, I was always your friend. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So how do we do it? Because I get this. I have to take my grandkid to school in the mornings, and when I ask him if he's ready to go, he tells me no, and I tell him, well, that's unfortunate for you because you're going anyway. How do we get that position with the people that are supposed to be there on our behalf? That's what I want, because I don't really care how they feel about something. I want them to vote for the reason that we put them up there.
Well, if that's the case, you just got to keep voting for unpopular candidates. Because honestly,
that's pretty easy to do.
The popular candidates are the ones that win and the ones that generally push the BS. It's your unpopular candidates, the one that I vote for and lose with on a regular basis, that want to see some change.
I think we need? You know what I think fixes it?
What's
or puts it at least on level playing field? Make it to where corporations aren't people.
That was ridiculous.
Supreme Court ruling gone.
And again,
I think
J.D. Vance was saying exactly stuff like that last night, and you better believe there are a lot of Republican super donors who hated it.
Of course.
So there's a fight ongoing within the Republican Party and within the larger part of the nation. So we'll see where it goes. And hey, they all could be full of crap, and maybe we're just spinning our wheels here, but it was fun, right? Blowing bubbles together.
Right. I'm going to start a new septic business, and we'll fill it with political promises every year and drive them up there and deliver them to them.
Promises.
Stanky promises.
All All right, y'all. Adios.
See you, homeboy.
Appreciate it, man. 272-9228.
Isn't that what the French did? Did they start spraying poop not too long ago?
Oh, yeah. Sewage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's got to be a rough day to go to work.
You say a lot about the French, and it is crazy how they went from a very dominant, like Napoleon's army was dominant until Russia, and then they just become awful, where they just start getting their butt kicked.
What happened?
I think it's generational turnover.
They get soft?
Or no, and it's also the evolution of war. Like the Prussians put a whooping on them, like in the late 1800s, I'm thinking, and then they thought they were all ready. I think for say World War I, World War II. No, you just weren't. That aside, how they've gone from the white flag of surrender and all this stuff to this you cannot take away from the French. They know how to protest.
Oh,
in fact, they go a little too far with it.
But the French got nothing on South Koreans. They are the protesting kings and queens of the world. I never thought that till we were over there. And even the lady that was giving us the tour, she's like, tonight there will be protests, so stay in your hotel room. And I'm like, huh?
Oh, and you just reminded me of something. Sorry, squirrel.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the name Max Boot?
Yes, for some reason, but I don't know why. It sounds very,
He's
very
been a
familiar.
long-time columnist, journalist, and he's like an uber war hawk. He's a big neoconservative. He's constantly been accusing people of, you're loyal, you're a stooge for Putin, or whatever cause. You hate America.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It was just found out that his wife was an unregistered agent for the South Koreans.
Yep.
His wife. So he's accusing all these people of disloyalty, and the person you're in bed with is disloyal.
Yep.
Go buy another fedora.
Yeah, our friends.
Suck on that pipe.
Yep. I did see that this morning.
That I saw that story. And I don't really care about Max Boot that much, but I know of the guy and how awful he's been in the press. And
yeah.
Karma's a heck of a thing in that regard.
Yeah, he knew.
He didn't know. Yeah, right. Oh, of course he knew.
That's.
But then how dumb are you? Like to keep
Enjoying
up
the
the
money.
fraud? Yeah, well, yeah, we're just blowing bubbles here. Eventually it's going to pop. We're going to run out of juice to blow on.
Yeah. Generally how it goes.
By the way, when I'm leaving my workout and I hit Taylor Road now, there's this one spot that has a bubble machine or something. Like, say 3 times out of 5 days of the week I go to work out, there will be bubbles as I make that turn.
Is there a car wash nearby?
No, it's not a car wash. It might be like a church or something. It's something
That's
odd. Yeah, it's a nice area of Taylor Road there. And I'm like, what the heck is with the bubbles? You're making me happy. This part of the program brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing. Hey, maybe, Cole Plumbing, of course they can help you with everyday plumbing problems.
Oh, yeah.
Low water pressure, clogged drain.
Runny toilets.
Ugh, that's no fun.
High water bills.
It could be, you've got a huge leak you're just not aware of.
Yep.
They can help you with all of that. Maybe, though, they could help you install an upgrade to like a tankless water heater system or
save some money.
A taller toilet or a fancier toilet or
much more comfortable.
Maybe accessories in the bathroom or the shower.
Good idea.
Like the bathtub, the shower.
Yeah, a comfortable one.
Yeah, especially if you're getting up there in age. There's all sorts of things that you can upgrade.
Oh, yeah.
Make the bathroom time a little more convenient. Or it could be, I don't know this for a fact, you got to ask them, can you install a bubble machine? Because I want to feel happy.
Texting James now.
Yeah. But no, folks, Cole Plumbing's fantastic. They've been helping out folks in the river region for a long time now and been a long time sponsor here of the program. James is a great guy, great family.
Great guy.
And they can help you, again, with all your plumbing needs. So you can always go to coleplumbing.com or give them a call at 279-8919. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your bowl,
call on Cole. Joey?
Oh, you're late with the Joey, brother.
On purpose.
The fact that Hulk Hogan is speaking tonight.
Again, 10 years ago. Hey, Joey, the RNC in about 10 years? Hulk Hogan's going to show up.
Well, and I think some of the Trump appeal, this is directly from Tucker Carlson. Well, I would like a country that's, like in 1985, like a normal country. Where, if you talk to my kid about sex, I come and beat your ass, all right? Like, it's not that complicated.
Right.
But I think Tucker speaks for a lot of people that are now in their 50s who are like, I remember this country, and I would like it to be how it was. J.D. Vance said that last night. It's becoming more and more this, we're looking back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you remember how it was? It's like an old photograph.
Right.
And, maybe we could have some new photographs that are just as wholesome as the old ones.
That would be nice.
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Make 2024 the year you break away from the chain stores and join us here at Adams Drugs. We value your business and want to provide you the best customer service at the lowest possible price. We've been serving up excellent customer service here in the River region for over 62 years.
I made the swap to Adams Drugs and I couldn't be happier. Having their job and then getting 3 kids to all of their activities keeps me busy. I don't have an hour to waste waiting on a prescription. At Adams, they know me and my family. I get in and out in minutes, and when I can't get by Adams, they'll bring the prescription right to my door.
What are you waiting for? Come in to Adams Drugs and let us earn your business. Our friendly and personal staff will talk with you and answer any questions you may have about your prescriptions. Your satisfaction is our #1 goal. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for the location nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local independent Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
This is your roving reporter, and today I am talking with an elk.
Hey man.
Mr. Elk, I was just wondering, what do elk do to take care of their money?
Well, like most smart folks, we call David Ernest.
You mean Alabama's most favorite asset preservationist?
That's him, man. We call him up at 334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839.
I see.
Yes, he is our preferred money man.
The money man with the money plan.
You've been paying attention.
Well, could you give us those numbers one more time?
334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839. And I just want to try to give you a heads up, man.
Oh, what's that?
I'm not an elk.
Not an elk, huh? Well, then, pray tell, what are you?
Knights of Columbus.
I am not even going to make a comment.
Well, the baby liked it.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Hi, everybody. Radar is going to be quite active, especially in the afternoon and evening hours for the next several days. Random showers and storms will be in greater supply. Some put on quite a show with lots of lightning, some gusty winds, and very heavy rainfall. And that'll be each day through the weekend. High today around 93, low tonight in the low 70s, and really lower 90s look good right on through the weekend and even Monday. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Whether you're buying a home or auto or consolidating debt, CB&S Bank's personal loans get you where you need to go. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you or apply online today. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm Joey. This fellow over here is Eddie. So I suspect you are watching tonight.
Yeah, I watch bits and pieces. I do. I stay there as long as I can.
Because this is the finale.
But they got some big time people coming tonight, so it'll probably keep my attention.
Now, it'll be Trump's first full speech since the assassination attempt. But somebody did catch him speaking publicly.
Oh.
Kind of casually around the RNC building. And so, not the greatest audio, but let's listen in.
Okay.
This is pretty much his first public statement, out of his own mouth since that day.
I understand that that happened, but I got lucky. God was with me, I tell you. That's what they call a close call. That was an amazing, horrible thing, amazing thing, and in many ways it changes your attitude, your viewpoint on life. And I think, honestly, I think you appreciate God even more, really do, because something happened. Something happened. Not that it was pleasant. It wasn't like it was a complete miss, but it was pretty terrible that can happen, and it happens too often. We have things going on, just crime in our country is so bad, and things are going on with our country. We're going to fix it. We're going to make it back. We're going to bring it back.
Again, that was Trump, and he will do the full speech tonight. Apparently tore up the original speech after this attempt, and it's a brand new one coming out.
Wouldn't it be great tonight if Hulkster came out in Hulkamania gear?
Oh, that'd be awesome. Or what if he came out in Hollywood Hogan gear, and he's like, I'm with Biden, brother!
Woo, that would be great. That could be really good, Joey. Woo, buddy. Man.
New world order.
I just missed those days of over-the-top wrestling. I mean, I didn't buy into it much, but just to watch
I'm not
those
watching it all the time now.
Yeah.
Like, I see clips online. Over-the-top wrestling's back.
Just so
It's
crazy,
very much
man.
with AEW coming on the scene, and now WWE under new leadership with Triple H, Paul Levesque. This is his real name, I think.
Yeah.
They are now in a deal because they've always been on network TV, right? They're now in a deal to go and start doing their Raw and SmackDown live on Netflix.
I thought I heard that.
Uncensored.
That's going to take it up a notch right there.
Yeah. So if you want over-the-top wrestling,
that's fixing to take it up quite a notch.
like
there.
Ted Turner's looking down from heaven, well, if you can assume
I
that,
think he's looking
smiling.
up, but yeah. I think he's looking up going, that's what I wanted the whole time.
And Jane Fonda ruined it.
Oh.
So Hogan, Fitty.
Yep.
Is that how it's said?
50 Cent. Dana White.
And
I think I heard Mike Rowe.
Mike Rowe makes sense. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. That'd be great.
And a lot of heavy hitters.
Yep. But it is the last night, so this is when they're bringing the big guns, right?
Yeah, get all the senators out of the way. It's like y'all are always around.
Although they could play that tape of those senators chasing head of Secret Service. If they played that clip, a lot of people would constantly watch that. She didn't. She stayed there for a minute or two, but then she had enough and started to walk away.
And they kept walking away.
That's right. They're like, hey, we can walk too. Oh, up some stairs? Right. I can do stairs.
Well, and again, it's like senators shouldn't have do that. It's like coming from the mouth of a reporter.
Right.
How many times have you just stuck your microphone right in somebody's face?
Good point, Joey. Good
But
point.
a senator can't do that. By the way, I could never be that person.
But do the mic in the face?
Yeah. Eddie, why did you say those things?
Yeah. I can't see you being that guy.
No. You got to be cool, man.
Right.
Like,
hey, let's go have a drink. You tell me what happened.
yeah, I might pull the James O'Keefe. Like, so yeah, I could be a honeypot. Like go on a date with some
I wonder if you were going with that.
Yeah, and surreptitiously film our liaison.
Okay. I didn't know you were open to that. I'll take notes.
Yeah.
See if I can make something happen.
Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, Joey, it's Khaki.
Hey,
Khaki. How you doing?
I got a little food for thought.
All right.
You remember in 2020, they locked Biden in his basement, and as he was running for a re-election, and he didn't even hardly campaign, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they were wiring him up for a robot. He moves that way. It's like he's got somebody speaking in his ear. Well, now that Schiff came out and has pretty much demanded he leave, he ain't got COVID. There's no such thing as COVID. That's a Fauci thing. They put him back in the basement. Are they rewiring him or are they decommissioning him?
It doesn't seem good. I'll put it that way. When that announcement came out, I'm like, oh no. And I really did have the horrible thought of Joe better have somebody tasting his food.
Yeah, you called it yesterday.
So I'm just kind of wondering, and also one more thing. I've always wanted to make a book, and take a picture of somebody running for office, put their value, what they're worth with it, let them sit in office, come back, take a picture of how fat they've gotten and how big their worth is. And I want to know, how does Biden, since he's been in the Senate since he's 27, how does he maintain a place in Delaware and Washington as required as an elected official and have the multi-billion-dollar house on the wharf? Just a thought. Y'all, I'm loving your show. I can't wait to move up to Millbrook. Have a great day.
Thank you, Khaki.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of new callers, and I appreciate all y'all. And new listeners, people commenting online. Maybe it's folks I know, I just don't recognize your handle online. But Sloth Man says, "You dudes rock. Love the show." And the entire comment section was confused about that one call, too, so it wasn't just us.
No, it wasn't just us.
Gumtown John writing in saying, "I've hated myself watching the RNC convention the past couple nights." I'm with you, man. "But I'm ready for the inspiration of Shane Gillis's new special." Oh, tonight? Shane Gillis has got a new special? All right.
Oh, boy.
And by the way, that Shane Gillis, Adam Ray, where Ray was doing an impersonation, like all done up in makeup and hair to look like Biden, and Shane Gillis is full makeup and hair to look like Trump, and they're doing impersonations as panelists. It's dirty, it's free-for-all improv comedy.
Good.
And it was so daggone
It was
fun.
so good. And apparently, I watched a behind the scenes today. Adam had a about last night's show. I guess it was about the thing. Anyway, Tony Hinchcliffe called him just right after the assassination, right after the attempt, and said, "Hey, this is what we need to do." All that was from his head. And they, a little bit of pushback.
Wait, that was live. They usually pre-film these and it takes a few weeks.
They told him they got to put it on. They put it on Monday. It was Monday night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm wondering if they had already done that show, though. And there was
Not
more
according to
decision.
him.
Okay.
Not according to him. And that's what they kept saying, timing. Tony kept saying timing.
Oh, it was cathartic.
And the thing they had to do, like everybody was on a different coast, everybody had other things going on, but they were still able to pull it together. And that was one of the big things. He said, the timing of this, we have to do it now.
Well, it's something needed because I suspect, Eddie, and it's I'll leave this alone after this segment. The more we find out about this shooter, as I heard more folks talking about, oh, you turn up the temperature. No, it's your rhetoric to turn up the temperature, and it became this partisan thing. There's a ominous, dark feeling within that this kid has nothing to do with partisan politics. He was a true nihilist.
I think too.
And as we started to see the first statement he put out on Steam, saying my debut will be, it comes across as like somebody who is literally living out the archetype of the Joker.
Yep.
Whew. It's the last thing we need. Last thing we need. And I think that's kind of part of the problem with our politics, that the partisan stuff misses, I think, the deeper stuff in life and often distracts from the deeper problems. We'll see as more information comes out. Coming up in this final hour, we're going to get into this report from Axios. Khaki just mentioned Biden in his basement.
Yep.
And I like the idea that he's possibly a robot. But they charge him up by making him listen to Kraftwerk, the robots.
Well, then his battery dies every time I see him on TV because he just slows down so much. So he might need to come up with a new battery pack or a second battery pack.
Hey, call up Dennis DeYoung from Styx.
Mr. Roboto?
We'll get Kraftwerk on. We'll get Mr. Roboto playing. Like, it's actually music that inspires old Robot Joe.
Ah.
No, I got a feeling the guy actually is sick. And it's like, go into the basement, you dope. But we'll get into all the details of all the pressure. Yeah, I think there's something like that still going around. The idea that it's going to kill him, I think, is absurd.
I don't know. I kind of don't believe it, man.
You just don't believe? Well, they did say he had a cold during the debate.
So they threw out an excuse for his lame, they knew was going to be a lame presence at the debate. So they went ahead and pre-excused with, hey, you got a cold.
Well, and I'm saying I got COVID at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, I didn't feel like I was going to die, but it felt like the worst hangover / flu I had.
But dude, he's like 10 times vaccinated. COVID should be running from him.
Right.
And all the people he's around, 10 times vaccinated. Come on.
Yeah.
I think it's.
I was like, is this a bad update from several
That's
years
what I
back?
thought.
Was it a misfire? Like, what do you mean?
I thought
He's
it was
got
a joke, but I honestly think it's a sympathy ploy.
Well, and I suspect if there wasn't this plot to push him out, this would not have been mentioned as a news story. It would have been like, oh, he's got COVID and he needs to relax or whatever.
Yep.
But they wouldn't have even said the word COVID.
After a couple of days of us not seeing him, they said, "Oh well, he's had COVID."
Right.
Yeah.
What a world, Eddie. What a world.
This is your world, man. I'm just a squirrel.
This part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Rings. And of course, Josh and Leslie are doing Christmas in July.
That is right, Joey.
Very special sale there at Dillon Rings. And they've, of course, got some more ideas to
I
look
saw them
at.
today.
If you go to the Book of Faces, just type in Dillon Rings, Dylan. It's time to raise the bar. But you got to hurry. There's only 9 shopping days left in their Christmas in July sale. And so what we're looking at here is a barbell diamond ring. Oh, that is. I like that.
Isn't it nice?
It's for only $700. Regular price is $1,025.
Wow.
That's a heck of a savings. Or you could go with a T-bar band for only $315 or a diamond bar ring for only $225. And there are so many other great deals in the store. Everything in the store, 10 to 45% off. Special Christmas in July sale. Get by there today and get that Christmas shopping done early. And hey, ladies, if you want some jewelry, just put your man in the doghouse. You don't need a reason. And then tell him to go to Dillon Rings if you want to make up for it.
That's a good idea, Joey.
Stop by there today.
That's how that works.
Location is 119 Brown Springs Road, just off of Atlanta Highway. 119 Brown Springs Road. And be sure to tell Josh and Leslie that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
For over 40 years, Headley Plumbing has been fixing the River Region's plumbing problems with fast, affordable service. The pros at Headley are ready to respond anytime you need help, and they charge fair rates for their expert service. They help River Region homes and businesses every day, from repairing leaky faucets, septic tank service, replacing damaged sewer lines, or just unstopping a blocked drain. Trust the experts at Headley Plumbing. Call 285-3667. Headley Plumbing, 285-3667. Remember Headley's motto, in our business, a flush beats a full house.
Headley Metal Buildings has been your source for quality metal buildings in the River Region since 2007. Carports up to 24 feet wide, RV covers, storage buildings, even a sturdy metal barn up to 54 feet wide. Your structure can be customized, installed on level ground, and comes with a 20-year warranty. Let Headley Metal Buildings help you find the perfect solution. Financing available. Call 285-3667 for details or find Headley Metal Buildings on Facebook.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. So again, just a reminder here, Snoop Dogg was showing some love to Trump. Oh, you MFers got it wrong. I have nothing but love for Trump.
I thought he said something literally in the last 5 or 6 months about Trump in a positive sense because of taxes. That was one of the things he was saying.
Yeah, and people are upset. Oh, you just want to keep your money. It's like, yeah, that's a good instinct.
What is wrong with wanting to keep the money that I work so hard
We
for?
live in a society, so people that didn't earn that money should be allowed to put that money where they choose because they are more popular or something.
I believe that we should give them the opportunity to earn the same money I did. Oh, wait, they have that opportunity. They just got to get off their butts.
And did you see that Time Magazine?
Time won't give me time.
Time Magazine was going to use that iconic photo that I think will live forever of Trump raised fist, the American flag over him. That was going to be the cover. They just changed it to a black and white photo of the scene after everybody's left. And so you see trash and mayhem. Of course, people got out of there like crazy. So it's and they said, oh, what we have in common.
Yeah.
And it's like,
no,
really?
You know what they did.
Stop it with the sowing of the fear.
Yep. And there is a segment of society that does not want that picture to be remembered the way we all want it to be.
They get to
And they-
contrive and control everything else.
But that's the plan. That's the plan. That's why the whole COVID thing, I think it's a simple.
Well, they have no power here anymore.
They have no hand.
Right. Why do you think they're pissed off at Elon so much?
Well, he's going to give them a couple mil a month. I'm all about that.
Oh, yeah. And some folks, well, I thought Elon wasn't going to donate. And he responded going, well, yeah, the president was almost shot and killed, and I'm tired of this crap.
There we go.
So, yeah, it changed things. Excuse me, pardon me.
But that wasn't supposed to happen.
Let's go to line one real quick. Hey, you're on there. Who's this?
Hey, Joey and Eddie, it's Greg.
Hey, Craig, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm just driving, listening to y'all, and I wanted to call in. Obviously, we're going to talk tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah. Well, I'm heading to an execution, another one right now.
Oh.
Good times.
Yeah.
But no, I was listening. Obviously, y'all were talking about the Trump thing, and something that I found very interesting. I was watching a channel that I like. It's a lot of special forces guys that work on security details. And one guy said that he had information about the weapon and op that was used by Mr. Crooks. And interestingly enough, it was identical to the one used by the shooter, the school shooter in Uvalde. And which shows just a tremendous lack of planning, because it's essentially a red dot. It's an EOTech.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no magnification. Nothing whatsoever. And I thought that was really interesting, because what you just said, Joey, about him, it not really looking like much of a setup and just looking like an impulsive kid with a lot of problems who's just a nihilist.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are exalted in all the conspiracy theories about a second shooter and all this other stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I'm happy to live in I don't know right now. It's just from that one interview with a classmate, I'm like, oh no, this is starting to make some reason the political angle just didn't make sense to me.
Right.
That was just my gut telling me. But well, we got a lot to talk about tomorrow.
Yeah,
Craig.
we do.
Oh yeah, looking forward to it. But I'm just getting really the people that will never be satisfied, because obviously with the JFK situation, that was completely different. The video didn't immediately come out. We didn't have cell phone angles from everywhere.
Right.
So I always anticipated if something like this would happen again, that there would be sufficient cell phone video for people to sort of wipe away any ideas of any sort of insane conspiracy theories. But alas, that's not been the case, and it's been a very disappointing time on Twitter.
Oh yeah, well, and the lack of answers and how catastrophic the failure is here. Even if it was one disturbed guy, how does he even get into that
How to make it this far?
position? And then also tomorrow, we definitely have to defend the Lord of the Rings honor.
Oh God! That's gonna be. Get the dumb button ready. I'm gonna blast Rachel Matt out. Oh.
Well, great hearing from you, man. Talk tomorrow.
See you guys.
Bring my pocket protector for you nerds.
Jeez. Yeah, we got weird friends. Like, oh, Craig, what are you up to? He's like, oh, I'm on my way to another execution.
Right.
Right.
Just a Thursday.
This entire second hour has been brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And there at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon are ready to help you with, well, buying a home.
Yep.
Or refinancing a home.
Some of the greatest people in the business, Joey.
And in fact, one group that should, even with, rates are higher, the, housing prices are still up a little higher than folks like with those rates. If you are a veteran and you have not taken advantage of the VA home loan programs, you're leaving money on the table.
Definitely.
And it could be to buy or it could be to refinance.
Right.
It is, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the best deal.
It's the best deal in town.
And it's also benefits you earn through your service.
Right. It's benefits you earned.
And the thing is, not every bank, not every mortgage lender is going to immediately jump on and say, oh, you're a veteran, let's do this. Because they're not up to date with the latest VA home loan programs. At Alabama Home Mortgage, they are. They're certified.
The experts, man.
They get some continuing education. They know the latest. And so if you're a veteran and you want to take advantage of these benefits, if you want to save yourself some money, give Kim and Madeline a call today at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
From Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Wednesday night, the GOP VP selection, J.D. Vance, addressed the RNC. Tonight, former President Trump will address the convention accepting the presidential nomination. Court officials say closing arguments at the espionage trial of U.S. journalist Evan Gershkovich will be held Friday as the proceedings picked up speed in a case that has seen the reporter held in pre-trial custody for over a year. He faces charges that he, his employer, and the U.S. government vehemently deny. The 32-year-old Gershkovich was arrested in March of 2023 while he was on a reporting trip. On Wall Street, stocks have been sharply lower, the Dow dropping 466 points, now the Nasdaq losing 155. This is SRN News.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-529-2856. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-529-2856. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-529-2856. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-529-2856. 800-529-2856 or biglou.com.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, serving the river region with the best quality building materials for decades. Contractor to do-it-yourselfer. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Boy, oh boy, the radar has been very active over the last few days with those random storms, which will continue well into the evening hours tonight. That could affect some of your plans before they fade out. Overnight low 72. Then tomorrow and right on through the weekend and even Monday, highs in the lower 90s each day with scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon and evening hours. Some of them produce prolific lightning, gusty winds, and some very heavy downpours. But you'll be able to stay on top of the storms on our weather app. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
John Bobo with Capital Tractor. Have you heard the news? Capital Tractor will soon be moving to a brand new location in Montgomery. With lots of Kubota inventory, we're going to sell it instead of move it. Our big moving sale is a great time to get a great deal on a Kubota at Capital Tractor in Montgomery.
1819 News.
An Alabama congressman is now calling for the resignation of the U.S. Secret Service Director Kim Cheadle following new details about how long the 20-year-old male shooter was on the premises in Butler, Pennsylvania, before trying to take a shot and kill Donald Trump. Congressman Robert Adderholt says that Director Cheadle should step down following a long list of security failures that almost cost Donald Trump his life. Federal lawmakers are now revealing that the Secret Service had identified the gunman as suspicious an hour before he was able to get up on the roof of a building, set up a rifle, and shoot at Donald Trump. Not only that, but bystanders were screaming and yelling to police and Secret Service about the presence of the man. Adderholt says the excuses and blame game that's going on from Director Cheadle to somehow pass the buck onto local law enforcement rather than the Secret Service itself is unacceptable. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Alabama Unfiltered Radio, and when I need the news and I need it fast, I turn to Andrea Tice and the Daily Detail. On my way in, it is the most convenient, best way for me to digest what's going on so that I can use it for our show. She tells you what's going on in Alabama that day first and fast. So listen to the Daily Detail with Andrea Tice. Don't miss out.
The Daily Detail is available wherever podcasts are found.
The mother of a murdered 5-year-old girl has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for taking part in that crime. Christy Sipple reported to police that her daughter Kamari Holland went missing in 2021. An investigation then revealed that Sipple had been trafficking her daughter to Jeremy Williams, who was then convicted of murdering and raping the child. The girl's body was found in an abandoned home in Phoenix City. Williams has been sentenced to death for this crime. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Summertime is a fun time at the Kickback Ranch and Event Center. Come and enjoy all the amenities: swimming, water slide, fishing, bike rides, hike our Trail of Ribbons, find a loved one's name who has fought or is fighting cancer. We host family reunions, church retreats, birthday parties, corporate events, weddings, and more. We have cabins, cottages, tents, and an RV park. Come for the day or spend the weekend. It's a short drive down US 331 south of Montgomery. It's the Kickback Ranch and Event Center. Come join us. Kickbackranch.net.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Atmore, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Atmore. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Hey, miss, I don't mean to be telling tales out of school, but there's a fella in there who'll pay you $10 if you sing into his can. I'm not here to make a record, you dumb cracker. They broadcast me out on the radio.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Final hour of News and Views in the afternoon, or as we're calling this thing online, Joey Clark Live. You can always go to Joey Clark Live on YouTube. Try to blow up the comment section. Like and subscribe, or you can always watch on Twitter X at the Joey Clark. In fact, we've got a good number of folks watching on X. If you're just tuning in, this is a local talk radio show out of Montgomery, Alabama. But we talk about all sorts of things. And by the way, for the local audience, we're going to get back to the Montgomery issues. It's just a little bit of a crazy week. Nationally.
In Montgomery, too, though. So.
Oh, yeah, not getting better.
No. Hey, somebody's referring to you as a poor man's Wayne Brady.
What does that mean?
Oh, I can't say the comment in front of it. That's why I get it.
Let me see what you're saying.
Yeah. Just, yeah. But anyway, I never thought of you as a poor man's Wayne Brady.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that. Wayne Brady's
no, it's not bad.
Guy. But...
I especially the Chappelle skit. That's the best Wayne Brady ever.
It's so good.
Bar none.
It's so funny. Let's go to the Soldier Boy. How you doing, Soldier Boy?
So to your millions and millions of your fans on X get to hear my voice from Montgomery?
More like hundreds, but
hundreds of millions. That's right. That's right, Joey.
Millions and the millions of the Soldier Boy's fans. Jabroni, shut up.
So what's on your mind, Soldier Boy?
Oh, God. I'm going to start it off with local first, okay? And then I'm going to work it to federal.
Okay.
Let's work local. We had 3 shootings this weekend in the same neighborhood.
Carriage Hills, yep.
Yeah.
Talked about that yesterday.
Let me ask you, and you know what? I'm going to become an unofficial MPD investigator. I love what the news said. These 3 shootings an hour apart are not, we haven't determined if they're connected or not. Whoa!
Give me a break.
Yeah.
Give me a break, dude.
Yeah.
The third one might be a different thing, but come on.
Yeah. Came back for seconds and Thursday. It sounds like the Golden Corral of shooting, buddy.
Sounds like they had a problem with somebody in that neighborhood, and it took 3 times to take care of that problem.
So I guess, Eddie, as a realtor, I guess the property in that neighborhood is not jumping up and hot right now.
Now you'd be surprised that Montgomery, it's kind of become the norm. It doesn't really have that big of an effect after about a week or so. Yeah.
I'm like that president. I'm like President Trump. I thought it was all these bullets that are flying by the Atlanta highway. I thought they were mosquitoes.
No, not fireworks either.
Yeah, I like what Trump says. It was a big ass mosquito that flew by. I love that description. I said that's the way Soldier Boy would describe it. I was like, that's exactly. Hey, mosquito! Whoa! You know, and that's funny. And let's talk about the second thing, okay?
Okay.
Federal. Joe and his COVID. That man's had more booster shots than I've used toilet paper this week.
I know,
now, come on.
Yeah, but he didn't get the same kind of boosters you got.
Oh, he's not?
No,
boosters
no.
Again?
I got a
Laying in the
feeling.
table?
I got a feeling they're poisoning the rest of us while they give people like him just water.
Just for a prop, set him up as a prop. You mean?
That's it.
God, I love that Fox News guy. He says, "Man, for a guy who's gotten so many damn boosters, man, he sure gets it a lot."
Yeah.
It's almost like the two go hand in hand.
Right.
And what's that girl, Joy? Oh, 80-some-year-old man getting COVID. It's like Trump trying to getting shot with a bullet. How do you compare the two?
Looking for that sympathy, man. Looking for that sympathy.
Freaking believable.
And it's like I removed that splinter. I'm like King Arthur.
Right.
Like-
Exactly. Exactly, Joey.
Yeah, I got torn up by a pit bull last week, but that Chihuahua was a really a badass last month. Come on, man, do not compare the same things.
Nope.
How do they? I just don't understand how they compare that the same. So let's see. He's not in. I don't think he's got COVID right now, and if he does, I think it's convenient. I think flat out, his butt is gone.
This is part of his farewell tour.
I think so. Exactly. I got to make it. Remember, he said only way he would go out if the goodwill of God or the doctor told him that he had a condition or something. And they're miraculously going to find out that he had dementia or Alzheimer's. Oh, that's a brain popper on that one. 6 years of college there, Doc.
Let me ask you this, Soldier Boy. You think he's going to pardon his son on the way out in the next week or so?
Absolutely.
Yep. But he said he wouldn't.
But my question is, do you think he's going to stay there 6 months?
No.
Or are they going to get his butt out of there under the 25th Amendment and put Kamala in there and test her?
Good question.
And next question is, who becomes the vice president? Secretary of State? Is that who it was? The Speaker of the House? What happened?
I thought it was Speaker of the House, but I don't know these things. Joe?
It's the Speaker of the House, isn't it, Joey?
I think so.
I think it is, but I really don't know.
Yeah.
That's sad. I don't know.
That'd be a Republican. That'd be awesome. That'd be nice to have a Louisiana Republican as a VP, for example.
No, what they want is Joe to step down from the race. They don't want him to step down from being president.
Right. But to me, if you can't run, well, we all know
exactly
you
right.
don't need to be there now anyway. But
You don't need to be here now. That's
Right.
exactly my
Nothing's
point.
But the kicker is all these folks are now freaking out that he's too old. He's got to leave. All of you, the top names, were talking about how great he was.
Sure.
Months and months and years and
wait a
years.
minute.
Something happened overnight. Joe.
I didn't foresee the gypsy spell. I saw it 3 years ago. Oh, come on.
Right.
I didn't even spend 1 year in medical school, and I knew that 3 years ago. Come on. And now suddenly you're going to figure that out? Oh, okay. But we're going to let him have for 6 months carry around the old atomic bomb briefcase, right?
Yeah.
6 months.
He's got the
So
football.
you're basically saying there's something mentally wrong. I can't run. I have to step down. I can't go into this race. But I'm going to, by the way, for the next 6 months, you can still trust me to carry the box around.
Well, this should have came up when he was had his little test there, and I can't think of the guy that said, "Hey, he's an old man. We don't need to press charges against him. He's just an old man." Well, hold on, he's still president. So
he's still president.
What are we doing here?
Hey, what's going to happen to this? Did you see how they ambushed the Secret Service director last night?
Been loving it. Yeah.
Did you? Oh, I loved it, man. Who's that lady from Tennessee, man? She they surrounded her with 3 other male senators, and they wanted answers. You work with people.
Marsha Blackburn ain't nobody to play with.
Yeah.
Barrasso at Lakeford, I think, joined her. And also, all this talk about Biden, the latest Emerson state, battleground state poll.
Yeah.
And if you include a third candidate, which RFK is still in this race, Trump's up 46 to 36 in Arizona. Trump is leading 44 to 39 in Georgia. Trump is 43 to 40 in Michigan against Biden. 43 to 40 in Nevada. 47 to 38 in North Carolina. 46 to 40 in Pennsylvania, 46-43 in Wisconsin, and nationally, Trump is at 44% to Biden's 38%. That's with a third-party candidate in play. That's the numbers that are freaking out the party leaders in the.
They should. It should.
Hey, can I say the ASS word?
It depends on the context. Just do it.
Oh my First Amendment just went out the door. Here's my
And
point.
there's
My
a
neighbor
thing
next
called
door is a
decorum.
I got decorum. I got class. I don't need decorum.
You can't buy class.
I got class. You
Yeah,
can't buy
you
it.
tried
That's
it.
right.
Yeah, you bought it on that classified ad, and like you drank it down. And it's like you just drank some sugar water.
Yeah.
Hey, I bought it on eBay, boy.
Oh, then you got the good stuff.
You know a call's going good when somebody calls me boy.
Use another word, but I figured boy would get me thrown up, you know. No, but here's my question: who's gonna? I mean, they don't play the race card. It's got to be Kamala.
Yeah, I think it's going to be her.
Okay, who's gonna beat Kamala? They gonna put another woman with Kamala?
No, can't do that. No, I don't think it's going to be Kamala.
You think it's going to be who? Hillary?
I honestly don't know. I don't know. I just no way it could be Kamala. They've skipped over her.
All my liberal friends are saying Michelle Obama.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
could
only
be it.
Yeah,
That
Big
could
Mike.
be it.
Big Mike might happen.
And, you know, I don't know who's more confused, myself, Biden, or Obama's gynecologist.
Oh, goodness gracious. Now, and the fact that this is how stupid things have become. Well, Michelle Obama might run. Oh, you mean Big Mike?
Big Mike?
It's like, good God. Like,
Yeah, but who do you think's going to be, Joey?
Probably Big Mike.
Yeah. Thank you. If they really wanted to, I think that's our only chance at saving the election.
You know what? I think they've conceded already the presidential. They're just trying to keep a hold of the House and the Senate.
Yeah, there might be something to that, but
True.
It's a big old mess. And we'll see if Biden voluntarily steps down. If not, he needs to check his tapioca.
Yep.
Do you think he can stay in?
They literally cannot legally take away his delegates.
Right.
He has to voluntarily give them up. Now, the pressure is being constantly put on this Axios story. The big hitters are now Pelosi, Schumer, Adam Schiff,
Even
Obama.
Yeah.
All the folks are essentially going after Joe here and really talking tough to him, apparently.
Hey, who was that coal burner? Who was that guy from North Carolina or South Carolina? I'm riding with Biden.
Oh, James Clyburn.
Clyburn.
Yeah, that makes sense that he would say that, though. He kind of got him into the dance in the first place.
I love that little catch. Riding with Biden. He asked him another question. I'm riding with Biden. That's all I got to say. Got nothing more
But
to
he
say.
ain't
I'm
let
just
Biden drive.
Well, and this really doesn't work, but I kind of like the idea. Do you want to be riding with Biden or you want to take a bump with Trump? Like, you want it to be 1980 or what are we doing here? But, actually, that would fit better with Biden. I don't know. I appreciate the call, Soldier Boy.
See you, Soldier Boy.
All right. It's there.
Later. Let's go to Paul. Hey,
Paul.
Howdy.
Hello.
One question for local with all the excitement over the weekend. Y'all know anything about what happened at the UQT on the bypass last night?
No, I don't.
Do not.
On my way in, it was covered up with law enforcement, ambulances, paramedics, fire trucks. And one of our drivers, as he come in, he said he saw a body laying out in the parking lot. So I've not heard nothing in the news all day long. So I figured while I was on the phone with y'all, I'd see if y'all had heard anything one way or the other.
I know there was a shooting last night, but that was it.
Sir?
There was a shooting last night, overnight shooting, but I don't know exactly where that was at.
Oh, okay. That might have been it.
Southern Boulevard. Yeah, that was
But,
probably it. West
that's
South Boulevard.
probably
Right there. That was it.
Yeah, all right. Well, I was kind of curious about what had happened. But what was the Indian Native American's name that put the curse out years and years ago about the presidents elected on the years ended in 0?
Elizabeth Warren?
I don't remember. Waba?
I remember the story, but I do not remember the person's name.
Yeah. But anyway, that kind of makes me go, since Mr. Trump was the one to get shot, even though it's been a time later, does that not kind of point to the direction that maybe he did actually win that election that was legally stolen from him?
It's a reach, but it's there.
Yeah, it's a reach, but it's there. It'll make you go, How many presidents have been shot since that curse?
I don't.
More than a couple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're making me nervous. I try to stay away from curses.
Well, think about it, Joey. Well, no, don't think too hard. You'll get too nervous.
Yeah,
Later,
that's
guys.
what I mean.
Later, buddy.
I just want to read this portion from this Axios report, which is
Okay.
talking about all the different players from the Clintons to the Obamas to even Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer, all of them calling for Biden, trying to talk to Biden directly. And so Democratic insiders were hoping to avoid this, writes Axios. They love and respect Biden and appreciate his historic accomplishments. By the way, I love how Axios is pretending to be objective here.
Right.
And they are. The write-up is very objective, so to speak. But if you read between the lines of Axios' between the lines section, you're like, no, y'all are part of the same media
Exactly
pylon.
right.
But Democratic insiders were hoping to avoid this. They love and respect Biden and appreciate his historic accomplishments. But as we told you in a behind-the-curtain column 18 days ago, a Democratic official said Biden, quote, will not be dragged off the stage. The goal is to let him walk off the stage. But he wouldn't take the hints, loud as they got. So it's come to this, quote, he's forcing people who like him and respect him to resort to trying to shame him. A well-known Democrat close to the West Wing told us.
I hope he stays with that angry old man energy. Just keeps ignoring what they're telling him.
Wait, is that like the West Wing, like the actor of the show? Is it Larry O'Donnell?
Oh, Larry O'Donnell. Is it not?
No, he was the main source for Sorkin for that show.
Is it not?
No, I think it's somebody around the West Wing.
The real West Wing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not made clear in the article. We can only why they bring up Remember when all those actors like got together?
Yeah.
And in 2016 and one of the faithless electors and all that stuff. And I'm like, Bradley Whitford, I liked you. Even your work in Billy Madison, where you're polishing the statue's ass. It was great.
It was decent work.
And actually, I enjoy the first few seasons of West Wing, even though it is liberal as hell. It's like enjoying a play or something. Yeah. Like the writing and the drama is good, but the setting that it's all in, I'm like, man, dadgum. Though he was wise early on. When they would have a Republic on, they make it a blonde, hot chick.
Well, duh. That's right up the alley there. That's what I thought they were trying to do last night with that blonde chick, but
I don't even know who you're talking about.
I'll pull her up. She's very nice, I'm sure.
Report says Obama adds to dim doubts about Biden White House bid.
Oh, he's talking to allies. Telling even the allies we're trying to get him to step down. But
hey, quick palate cleanser.
Yeah.
You know the name Bacchus?
Not off the top of my head.
Or Dionysus?
Not off the top of my head.
Dionysus is the Greek version. Bacchus is the Roman version of the same god.
Not American.
And so there is fair enough. Good for you. I speak American. I don't know what all this fruity stuff about the Greeks and Romans you're talking about over there.
Just let you know.
Well, there's a famous statue of Bacchus, the god of wine and sensuality, and essentially getting drunk and having a lot of sex.
Okay.
There are some well-known parties, let's say, in honor of Bacchus.
Okay.
Well, there's a famous statue of him in Florence. And, I mean, a really well-made statue about life-size, like a 6-foot man, 6'2" man. And he's naked, like a lot of these old statues.
Yep, I remember.
And some blonde lady who's a tourist wearing Daisy Duke shorts decided to like start grinding on him, and then jumped up and was like making out with the statue. So Bacchus, the god of wine and sensuality, who would have loved being kissed, humped, and grinded against by an unidentified young woman in Florence over the weekend, but Italian officials are trying to identify the young woman who was filmed kissing, humping, and grinding against the statue. They're very upset. I'm like, but it kind of seems in the spirit of the statue.
But you don't do those kind of things.
I agree with you. I wouldn't do that myself.
You just don't do those kind of things.
Yeah, if I was in front of the statue of Aphrodite, it's not like I'm...
I remember when we lived in Turkey and we were in Ephesus, there was a statue that was headless. And so being a little pain in the butt kid I was, I ran behind it and put my head on it, had a couple pictures taken. Little did I know, but this offended some of the people there. And of course I didn't know.
Yeah,
but they let my mom know, and my mom was like, yeah, he's American, he can do what he wants. But I'm embarrassed of that behavior because I didn't know. You should not, for one, you're in another country, but you're in a serious ancient artifact, and I'm up there sticking my head on it.
Yeah, here's the photo of the woman grinding and making out with the statue.
Oh, she's an American.
Oh, yeah, she's American, all right.
That's just embarrassing. At least my excuse was I was like 9 years old. And later on, I found out the statue was a woman, too. Probably the people were laughing at me.
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group and an update on the real estate market in the River region. Sales of homes for the last 5 months will top 1,900 homes. Even though sales are slightly lower, the average sales price is still climbing. First-home homebuyers comprise over 34% of all sales, with no slowdown in sight for them. We now have more homes on the market in all price ranges, which gives buyers more choices than they've had in over 2 years. Some helpful suggestions for today's homebuyer would be: 1. Work with a local lender for your loan approval. 2. List 3 must-haves for your new home and seek to find properties to match your needs. 3. Work with an experienced and knowledgeable real estate agent to help you with your search, your showings, and receive advice on offers and negotiations. 4. Always use a licensed recommended home inspector when you find the home you choose. For all the details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group at 221-2883 or 551-0225.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
For 65 years, Guardian Credit Union has been your trusted financial partner. And now we're proud to extend that trust further by introducing Guardian Insurance Services. Whether protecting your home, car, or even your business, we've got the coverage that fits your needs. Our team is here to guide you every step of the way with the personalized service you know and love. Call 334-819-7555 for a free quote today. Guardian Insurance Services, building on 65 years of trust, now safeguarding your future.
The Health and Wealth Show. The Health and Wealth Show. The show so nice, we said it twice. Weekday evenings at 6 on News Talk 93.1 WACV. The Health.
Wake it up, son. Joke's over, hey?
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. It's time to get your cooling system ready for the long, hot summer. Call today about the advantages of the Clark Club membership to be sure you're covered. Call 277-2125. Better call Clark. Alabama certification number 09098.
Rich Thomas weather.
Boy, oh boy, the radar has been very active over the last few days with those random storms, which will continue well into the evening hours tonight. That could affect some of your plans before they fade out. Overnight low 72. Then tomorrow and right on through the weekend and even Monday, highs in the lower 90s each day with scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon and evening hours. Some of them produce prolific lightning, gusty winds, and some very heavy downpours. But you'll be able to stay on top of the storms on our weather app. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
For the lowest prices around on flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies, Budget Floors and More is your new best friend. Luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, floor installation supplies, and more with prices lower than the big box stores. Budget Floors and More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey Publix.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. This part of the program, again, brought to you by Dillon Rings. And there at Dillon Rings, Josh and Leslie Ryder are doing Christmas in July.
That's
Big
right, Joey.
sale. 10 to 45% off all items in stock. And if you go to their Facebook page now, you can see a sample of some of the items with great savings. I mean, you're talking $300, $400 off on some pieces.
Right.
It really is beautiful stuff. And if you want to get that Christmas shopping done early
Knock
and
it
kind of
out.
go into the holidays being real confident, like you can fake out your wife.
Yep.
I'd be like, just sleep on the couch. Oh, sorry. Like, I didn't mean to pass out there. You know what I mean? Like, just pretend like.
You're so not married.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Good idea.
Like, I'm tired. Just like, I wanted to fall asleep on the couch.
Yeah, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. And you sleep really good that night.
But the whole time you could sleep well knowing, oh, she's going to get it on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
This beautiful ring I bought. This beautiful pendant I bought.
Kind
This
of lean
beautiful
into
necklace.
it. Use that as your out right there.
Exactly. Go get that Christmas shopping done early there at Dillon Rings. Of course, they're located at 119 Brown Springs Road, right here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And they're also a full-service jewelry shop. So if you're looking for cleanings, they call it spa treatments, or repairs, including watch repairs, maybe you're looking for custom design work, Josh Ryder can help you out there. The man is remarkable at what he does. He's a true artist. So again, check him out today. Be sure to tell Josh and Leslie Ryder that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. Now, one of my favorite people that is still in politics, he's mostly doing the local politics thing up there, I believe, in Knoxville County, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Is a guy named Glenn Jacobs. But do you know how Glenn Jacobs became famous, Eddie?
I do not.
The name Glenn Jacobs doesn't mean anything to you.
Not a clue.
How about this? Let me pull it up on the screen here and then see if you recognize the fella. Because he's a big man.
He looks really familiar, but it looks like this home builder I know in Canada.
No, he's a huge man.
I mean, it looks just like him. Look, they could be brothers.
I think this guy, Glenn Jacobs, is like 6'6", 6'7". We could look it up.
Yeah, he's
very big man.
glass of water right there.
He, if you remember the Attitude Era.
Oh, yeah.
And he has been the mayor of Knoxville County in Tennessee for several years now. And here he and Jack Posobiec are talking outside the convention. So let's listen into Glenn Jacobs, otherwise known as Kane.
J.D. Vance's, you were in there for the speech last night, right?
Yes, I was.
So he talked a lot about a forgotten part of America. He talked about the heartland, and he said, you know something? We got problems in the heartland, and problems that have been overlooked for far too long. And he spoke about an America that a lot of people don't see. Now, he was focused more on, I think, obviously the Rust Belt and where we are right now, but these are the same types of things that he was talking about, coming from that working class background, dealing with the opioid crisis, living through, surviving, getting out from a really bad situation. What was it about his speech you think that is really causing this new realignment of the party from your perspective down there?
That's the story for millions of Americans. That's my story, not quite as dramatic as his, but I came from very humble beginnings and was able to have a extraordinarily blessed life, and then you have these Hollywood elites and coastal elites that have no idea what's going on in the rest of the country, right? And they call it flyover country. It's actually a very derogatory term because just like we're flying over it, but we'll never stop there. And it's like that missing middle has been completely forgotten in this country. And there are millions of people that just want an opportunity to better their lives, and instead, everything that the federal government does literally keeps them down, and they just never get those opportunities. And I've just been so impressed by this convention because that's what it's been about, and that's the message that the Republican Party should be putting out there is we are the party of opportunity. We're the party that is going to allow the free market to flourish and allow people to work hard and to achieve their dreams in their own way.
And you
Glenn Jacobs, I like that guy. Just it's cool seeing how he was able to get into politics because apparently while traveling, because wrestlers are constantly touring.
Yeah, on the go, right?
He was not partying like a lot of them would. He was reading all the time, and everybody said he's always just been a brilliant guy and a bit of a bookworm. And for somebody that massive, playing that
he is a large
character to be just well-spoken, great guy. Everything I hear about him.
Jesse Ventura opened a lot of doors for these people.
Yeah, we credit Jesse Ventura.
Of course. No one took wrestlers very seriously until he became governor.
All right. Well, when I was back I can't do a Jesse Ventura. I wish I could. The best Jesse Ventura impersonation is Will Sasso.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. Yes.
It's
he
brilliant.
Nails it. He nails it.
Absolutely brilliant. Again, 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. That's 272-9228. Just checking the news here, see if we've missed anything while we were just carrying on like the wayward sons we are. I'm not seeing anything crazy. Really. I will say this. Caroline Dobson is continuing to pick up endorsement after endorsement.
Is that right?
There at the RNC. She is there at the convention. Saw her and Senator Britt put out a video, kind of selfie style, and
that's cool.
Got a big, endorsement there. And a few others have started to endorse her as well. Tuberville speaking out now about the failed assassination attempt, saying the American people need to know what went on. Oh, there you go.
I agree. I think the American people want to know.
Actually, we got time here. Let's listen into Coach for a second.
All right.
Senator, thank you.
Leland, good to see you.
Appreciate it. I'm thinking about the General Grant line in South Carolina. There's a little bit of fire there.
Well, a little sarcasm, a little comedy. Matt's always been known to speak his words and
it must have been after Matt Gates said it.
A little bit, but he gave a good, strong speech.
All right. Speaking of these speeches, at some point, we're hearing a lot about things that don't just appeal to the base, right? Even sort of during Firebrand Hour, which this is. It's two genders, it's gas prices, it's the border, it's inflation, even from people who are sort of normally strongly attacking Joe Biden. It's been dialed back significantly. I have never been at a political convention where the party that's having the convention, in this case the Republicans, want to make less news, get it over with faster, and get the attention on the other party faster.
Leonard, you got to remember what we went through on Sunday, though. In mine and your lifetime, you don't see that very often.
Correct.
Assassination attempt. I think people are a little bit emotional here. I've noticed it toned down, even with the president. I've talked to him since all this happened, and he's even a little bit emotional about it, and should be. First when he called me on a I think Tuesday morning about 7 o'clock. He never sleeps. He wanted to talk about the people that were shot behind him that took a bullet, and we forget about that. We really do, and we shouldn't, because this was a father of two girls, and he covered them up and took a bullet, and
we've seen the fire chief's name mentioned a number of times. We'll see if President Trump, I would assume, is going to mention it on Thursday night. President Trump's not going to the funeral.
Okay, that Leland guy's annoying me.
Yeah.
But I thought Tuberville made a good point there.
A
That
little bass in your voice.
Yeah, I thought the same exact thing, Eddie. But Tuberville made a good point that their emotions are a little raw right now. And folks have noticed that with Trump, too, as folks are speaking. And it's what I said to Jeff Poore yesterday, that if I was running the convention, I have them lean more into the personal side of things.
Oh, definitely.
And that's exactly what they did, especially with his granddaughter.
Well, I think, again, watching what most of us watch, if not every one of us have seen it by now, of him going to the ground and getting back up and then putting that fist in the air.
Oh, yeah, man.
And just, if he could have stayed, he would have stayed and finished that speech. There's not a doubt in my mind. And again,
everybody asking about, like, how severe, like, they're literally close-up photos. You can see the ear.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't look like it ripped off his ear, but it looked like it took a lot of blood out. Like, I'm sure it nicked.
I got some pliers. You want me to?
Yeah, no, thank you.
Okay. But imagine if this had happened to Biden. You think we'd see him yet? If this had happened to Biden, do you think he'd have made a public appearance by now?
I don't know if Biden would have survived the fall.
Right. Exactly right.
Yeah. 272-9228. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, Joey, it's Carla Maddox. How are y'all?
Hey, Carla, how you doing?
Good. Good to talk to y'all. I haven't heard from you in a while.
Been a while.
So I'm calling something a little bit completely off topic. Actually, let me pause YouTube because I can hear the reverb in the background.
Thank you.
So I heard the 1819 advertisement earlier, and I thought, you know what? I haven't been on there lately. I need to jump on and see if Joey's posted anything. And I just read your Fight, Fear Not.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Joey, can you please start writing more for 1819? Like, I literally subscribed to 1819 for your op-ed.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that.
I paid the $18.19 a month to read Joey Clark.
All right.
But I can watch you on YouTube and Facebook every day.
Well, thank you. Wow.
But
you want me to write more than one op-ed a week? You're putting more work on my... Oh.
Yes.
Well.
Don't you know he's got a full-time job? He works up here 3 hours a day. What more can you expect from this man?
I know, but like every now and then, like I want to see something crazy just kind of thrown in there. Like, hey, I know I wrote this serious piece that's like really awesome and it's touching everybody's heart, but now I'm going to like do something from the radio show and just throw it in here.
Well, and I was thinking about this morning, shower thought was not only a history of beards, like facial hair in politics, but what would modern day politicians here in Alabama and all around the nation look like with beards and using AI technology?
Oh, yeah, you can do that easily.
And wouldn't you like to see what Will Ainsworth would look like with a beard?
Oh my gosh, I would love it. I mean, but like, don't do me with a beard because.
Oh, you're taking a lot of fun out.
I was thinking Steve Marshall, Will Ainsworth, definitely Kay Ivey.
Oh, for sure.
You got to do Coach. Oh, you got to do Coach.
Oh yeah, Tuberville.
But he have a great.
And like put him in his Auburn stuff. Like get him all in his Auburn gear and do his beard and like put him on the sidelines, just like totally AI it.
I think I was about to say Katie Britt, but I'm going to leave her out of it because I think the joke is enough with Governor Ivey.
But I just wanted to call in and just be like, hey, I know you have a full-time job. Like, I know you got a life and, you have all these other things going on.
Well, he's got that 3 hour a day gig. But,
well, I really appreciate you saying that. And, maybe I'll start writing more. I don't know. It's kind of the George Costanza rule, though. You got to leave them one more. You get out of there, Jerry.
Good idea. That's right.
But you do. Every day. Like, when 3 o'clock hits, I'm like, man, then what am I going to do? Oh, Fox News. Back to Fox News.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I hadn't been watching, I don't really watch cable news at all. I see the clips that we'll use, it's stuff that floats out online and goes viral.
Yeah.
But I've been actually watching it because of the convention.
How do you like it, Joey? Yeah, exactly.
Like, for instance, even folks who I agree with, like Jesse Waters, he's so smarmy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Gutfield's my favorite. I'm going to be honest.
Like
I love Dred Gutfield. We
like
do
Gutfield.
not go to bed. Nobody in this house goes to bed. My 15-year-old and my 17-year-old, we all sit up and we watch Gutfield. And my husband.
And what's so great is Gutfeld has this legacy now of when he was doing Red Eye, all these folks he brought on as panelists who are unknowns, who are New York based. So like Tim Dillon, who's a massive comedian now. I didn't mean his weight. I mean, like, he's very popular.
Same.
He was a Red Eye guest. Michael Malice is now huge. He was a Red Eye guest. There, so many folks have kind of been built up by Gutfeld, and I like that show at night. It seems more like the, say, new right on the internet than it does the traditional Fox News types.
Yes, and do you know how hard it is to get in and see that show? I was in New York for Christmas. We were celebrating my 40th and my mother's 60th birthday. And I went, like, every single night that we were there and tried to get tickets to see him and could not get in, and we were in New York for a week.
Oh, wow.
Daggum.
I was like, what is going on? This is New York. Like,
well, I think he's
Why
more
can I
popular
not-
than
I guess
any
so.
of the other late night hosts, so.
and hey, you know, you and Eddie, y'all should, like, throw together, like, some, I don't know, like maybe one night a week. Y'all jump on YouTube and do something like Gutfeld. That would, like, go viral.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if the world's ready for me and Eddie uncensored.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to give y'all more work. 'Cause, you know,
it sounds
you know, with,
like
with
it.
Eddie's real estate and all that kind of, you know, like, y'all don't have enough to do, right? So I just want to give y'all more jobs.
Yeah. Well, that's actually something we've talked about, but boy, it would, I don't know. I don't know if the audience could handle it.
I think the only way we would end up doing that, Eddie, is, number one, can we make money at it?
Right.
And number two, we would be actually having fun.
You know,
I
we'd
like
have
it.
fun.
Because I don't think you and I want to do some, like, serious,
No.
like, we would have to have fun.
No, we'd have
And there-
fun.
Pizza would be involved.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, like, no, I don't want anything serious. I want y'all up there just like when I'm sitting in the studio with y'all and, like, cuts the commercial, like, real Eddie,
Yeah.
Joey,
See?
like,
See, I don't know if the world can handle that.
like that's what I love about y'all being live now. I can see your facial expressions instead of having to picture them in my head. I love it.
Well, Carla, this is, I have no words. Thank you for the call. That was awesome.
No, and no more. I don't like politician comments, Eddie.
Yes,
I know
ma'am.
we had this
They'll call you at
discussion
your
the other
house.
day.
Yes.
Do not say you don't like politicians anymore because I'm not a normal one.
I like Alabama politicians. They're the best. They are the best.
All right, guys. It was great to talk to y'all.
Thank you, Carla.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, you know, I didn't like politicians. Then I met Carla, and I like her.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was caught me off guard.
272-9228. If you want to hop in on the program, whether to praise us or damn us. Oh, there's the, she's only 17. I kind of got that vibe, though. That
Yeah.
there's a
clips that I
certain
saw-
way the young kid talks.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's almost like they're still trying to figure out how to use their words and their voice. But she did a great job
Yes,
on
she
that
did.
big of a stage.
Yes, she
You
did.
know, I do this for a living, but I don't see people. Like,
Right,
and I've
Joey.
done a few gigs where I speak in front of people. The nerves are there.
That's a pretty big crowd, though, Joey.
That's a huge stage. Like anybody who's not a professional who's up there giving a speech, like, hat off to you.
Oh, yeah.
Because it ain't easy, especially that 98-year-old World War II veteran. That guy
was proud, and I'm so glad
That was
he was
awesome.
able to do it. Yeah. That's the kind of people I want to see on the stage.
Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, this is Cecil Manuel. I don't really want to be on air.
Well, we're already on air, so do you want me to put you on hold or keep talking?
No, I'll keep talking. I was just wondering what the WDE stood for on your hat.
War Damn Eagle.
War Damn Eagle.
War Damn, God, I'm retarded. Thank you.
Thank you, Cecil.
Happens a lot.
Yeah, that's...
How many times a day do I tell myself that?
We tend to attract those types.
Yeah.
Because we are ourselves.
Yes, this is very true. What you
But-
see is what you get. There ain't no doubt.
Thank you for the call, Cecil. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capitol Oyster Bar. We're over here on that beautiful Alabama River. If you hadn't ever been here, y'all, we're easy to get to. Get on I-65, take that North Boulevard exit. Then you're going to take the first exit. That's Louisville Street. Hit the bottom of the ramp, turn right, turn right, turn right. That's 3 times. Follow up to the end of the road. If you get down here, you'll pass the RV park. That's right. We got a place you can come down here and spend a little time with us. We also come on down here to the river. We got pontoon boat rentals. We rent out pontoon boats. All you need is a driver's license, credit card. A little common sense helps. And
If you don't have some common sense, bring one of your friends with you. Anyway, let's talk about some good eating. We got a fryer, a steamer, and a grill. That's right. We got some good eating. We cook it any way you like it. Got a good old ribeye, pot of gumbo. Got those royal red shrimp. Those shrimp from Argentina taste kind of like a lobster. Then we got Sunday afternoons. This Sunday, 4 o'clock showtime from New Orleans. Eric Johansson's in town. It's going to be a great guitar show. Get down here soon. Come hungry. Bring a crew with you. 4 o'clock showtime Sunday.
Mike Costanza with Chappie's Deli.
And Jeff Baranko with Chappie's Deli.
One of the reasons Chappie's Deli has been around for over 32 years is Blue Water Broadcasting.
Yes, it is, and we have the perfect faces for radio.
We sure do. And if you have a perfect face for radio, call Blue Water.
Blue Water Broadcasting is the #1 most listened to radio group in the River Region. Find out how to put this reach to work for your business. Call us to find out how we can help. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folk helping local business.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Are you ready to make that lake life dream of yours a reality? I'm Eddie Bader, and my partner Hannah Grantham and I have the perfect home for you.
That's right. 341 Beechwood Drive is a stunning waterfront property on Lake Jordan.
This custom home has 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and more amenities than we can fit in this ad.
But there's more. The seller is offering an interest rate buy-down with the right offer, making it easier than ever to own your dream lakefront property.
Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Call us, Hannah Grantham and Eddie Bader with Forest Meadows Homes and Land, 334-322-0662 to start living the lake life you've always dreamed of.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is #1 in the #2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. In just a moment, we should have Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet on the line. In any moment here. I'll let the music play. You know, I actually got lyrics to this whole thing. I'm just not ready to put it out there to the people, Eddie. He's not picking up?
He's not picking up.
Well, daggone.
Yeah.
Well, daggone.
Yeah.
Well, y'all check out Prattville Carpet, 285-8117 for all your resurfacing needs, whether you want brand new carpet or traditional hardwood.
Yep.
The laminate product, don't be thinking about that laminate from the 90s. It's
Not
scratched
at all.
easy and all this stuff.
Completely different.
It's really high quality stuff. Or the luxury vinyl plank that looks like traditional hardwood, but a little more forgiving in terms of it's literally softer.
Yep.
But if, say, the dogs or kids or you spill something on it,
it's be 100% waterproof.
It's not as delicate, let's say, as traditional hardwood. And, of course, they can also do a ceramic tile. So if you're remodeling the kitchen or the bathroom.
One of the big things they did for us, we had a house where the shower had some rotten wood in it. And Ray was able to, and his team were able to come in there and take that shower out and completely rebuild that shower with beautiful tile. Gorgeous. They put even heated floors in there. They can do it all, man. They can do it all. Here in Alabama, you don't think about heated floors except in the winter. And they are a dream come true in the winter.
So I remember I still owe you $10.
Oh, you owe me
because
$10.
I got it wrong about Rachel Maddow here, and she's going to lay out why J.D. Vance is such a dangerous pick. I don't normally, I've been trying to ignore these people more. But, you know.
This is the one you really ought to ignore. I cannot stand this one.
You're looking to pick a running mate to help your electoral prospects because you're worried about your chances of winning the election. You would never pick Mr. I would certainly like abortion to be illegal nationally. You would never pick a national abortion ban guy. Right? You would also not pick a guy who says we're in a, quote, late Republican period in this country. And he doesn't mean capital R Republican. He means small r Republican, meaning we are at the end of being a republic. J.D. Vance quoting there a far-right internet personality and blogger who famously advocates openly for the United States to become a monarchy or an outright dictatorship.
You can look up that guy. His name is Curtis Yarvin, formerly known as Minch's Molebug, and you just look up Gray Mirror on Substack.
Okay.
There are a lot of free ones there for Yarvin. And if you're going to talk about him without getting all like, I think Yarvin is wrong about monarchism. And I think a lot of people find Yarvin wrong about his solutions.
Okay.
That said, almost everybody, in their own way, coming from different directions, is agreeing with his description of the problem. That this country, the republic, has been hollowed out and has been occupied by an unaccountable, incompetent oligarchy. Rule of the few, within media, within academia, within the bureaucracy, and yes, some elected officials. But it has been the rule of these folks, and they did good work.
Yeah.
They did good work many years ago. But for some reason, it's gone off the rails, especially as America became the unipolar power, the hegemon of the world, or something just went off the rails here. So when you realize that's the issue, and a lot of people on the right now realize that's the issue, Vivek constantly his messaging was talking about this, the corrupt managerial elite. J.D. Vance has been talking about this for years. Peter Thiel, who backed Vance, has been talking about this. A lot of people have been talking about this. And so you can get all scared. But this is what I was talking about earlier, Eddie, where folks that you could, I was late to the game of starting to read Yarvin. Like he was writing stuff in the early aughts. But there are moments, and I think there are a lot of people who can relate to this, where you think there are normal rules of the game in politics. And then something happens, you go, that doesn't make any damn sense. They just completely, like, you know, conservatives always say, oh, if it had been, the roles have been reversed, it would have been so different. Or look, we've got the truth and it never works, right?
Yep, correct.
And it's because the rules as they presented aren't the rules, guys.
Aren't the real rules?
Right. And so it's just funny to me to watch corporate media finally getting wise to something that's been going on for a couple decades now. Slowly but surely.
Gotcha.
And Rachel Maddow hates it, and you better believe somebody like Karl Rove and Mitt Romney hate it too.
See the people that weren't at the convention? There's a list of like
the notable Republicans.
Yeah.
Y'all stay tuned. Happy Hour with Greg Budell. He's next. Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. The RNC wraps up tonight with presidential nominee Donald Trump's acceptance speech. Democrats at the highest levels are making a critical push for President Biden to reconsider his election bid. Former President Barack Obama has privately expressed concerns to Democrats about Biden's 2024 candidacy. Nancy Pelosi privately warned Biden that Democrats could lose the ability to seize control of the House if he didn't step away, and argued polls show he likely